Maybe I do. Ooh. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, brutal. Brutal. Cracking little homies. Oh, well, they could. We on the block today, could. Oh, let me fix my ghetto bonnet. Come on, whatever. It's cracking homies. What is up with this wind today, man? Dang. Every time I'm trying to go live, man, this freaking wind just picks up. Blows my stand over, blows my drink over. Makes me look, makes me look majestic in the wind with this boy. Makes me look sexy, but dang. See. How this freaking wind, dude. Let me see if I can put y'all somewhere where it don't fall over. Hold on. What up, people? Can y'all hear me? Oh, man, stay still. Let me, try to turn it this way. I ain't gonna blame me, stay. Yeah, maybe that works. Maybe that works. Uh, who here? Let me see. What's cracking? Well, y'all be so silent, man. Y'all be so quiet. Every time I come in there, like one person had to say something, man. Y'all ghosts. I'm starting to think y'all are ghosts of Sparta or something. Don't say nothing. See? Freaking wind, stop it. Freaking stop. It's not funny no more. Start to piss me off. I'm tired of this wind. See if that'll stop it. Maybe that will. Anyways, see now it's face downward. I'm so tired of stuff, bro. Ugh. How's that? Better? Cute. What's cracking? Speaketh. Dying people that's in there. Speaketh. Y'all be too quiet on everything, man. I get tired of y'all quiet mouths, man. You people that ain't never said nothing before be in here ghost following. Don't ghost follow me. If you gonna follow me, man, follow me all the way. You know, one of these days, y'all gonna miss when I go live like I used to, bro. I'm not gonna be going live like that as often no more. So, y'all gonna miss when I used to do this. Apparently, I must be the instant if everybody watch me. Can't say nothing. You gonna miss when I go live, bro. I got another channel I'm already working on in the making, and I'm about to start going live over there. I went live on my HD Keys one for real, because I want to start doing some of the music over there, so I don't mix it all with this channel, you know what I'm saying? But, what up, homie? I was telling these fools, I say, hey, they need to start talking, bro. They gonna miss when I go live. I don't go live like I used to no more. So I'm not interested in to tune in and watch. If I ain't that interested in tuning in and comment, I'm gonna be mad when I don't go live no more. This wind is gonna piss me off, man. It's not that hard, man. Stop blowing. Freaking wind, dude. Yo, I'm about to break this camera. I'm about to break this tree right here. I'm an angry person sometimes. There we go. Trying to watch where I step. I got my brand new white shoes on. I just bought these today. See? All right, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Live stream over, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye. Click. And we're back. Check it out. I just need to sit down. That's what it is. Bro, it's like, you see these? These are the all-white Converse here. This is like my third pair I had to buy, man, because every time I buy something all white, it get dirty. I said, I love white things. I love white things. But they just get dirty so fast, man. Like his t-shirt ain't white no more. It's just cream cheese, daggone it. It ain't white. I said, man, these shoes, I just bought these. See, you got the tag on there. I just bought them today. I said, I'm going to wear them today because I'm about to wear them tomorrow when I go out of town. But I said, what kind of match what I'm wearing? I said, I'll wear them. I said, watch. I said, the one red substance, the one muddy puddle that just appears out of nowhere, splash. So they still white for the most part. I'm keeping these shoes how they want to keep America, white and clean. Keep America white. Keep it white and clean. The shoes, they be looking the best, man, but they just get dirty so fast. You feel me? Like, dun, dun. Ow. Hello, Mrs. Bonita Flora. I've been working out. I feel like I'm starting to get my muscle weight back again, man. I kind of stopped eating as much and I stopped working out as much, so I was still toned, but I was like kind of slimming down. But I feel like now though, I'm getting back chunky up top. You feel me? Like it's getting back that real shoulder muscles, the deltoids, all of that. Like I feel like they starting to pop out a little bit. You feel me? Like starting to get that back. So I'm really happy about that because I can never stay consistent in my workouts like I used to, man. I was a beast when I was younger because I mean all I was caring about was just working out and you know what I'm saying, girls and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then you get older, I realize how much I don't like women sometimes. I get on my nerves. Like, then I realize how much I care about dinero. Like, you don't work out, be fit, and be broke. Like, I'm trying to be broke. I'm young boy, never broke again. YN Steve. uh. Yeah, I like women. I just like money more. No, I do, all right. Like, I still got my 8-packs here. You see it through my shirt. Still got my 8-pack. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said, hold on. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. I said 1, 2. I'm trying to count them individually. Man, yup, he got an ice tray 8-pack, but he's stupid as a rock. Like, what's up, LG? How you doing? How's it going? Like I said, we celebrating my 31st birthday, man. This is my birthday week. We celebrating life over here, you feel me? That will be, yeah, the invitation says, it doesn't say no Negroes, but no Negroes. You're not invited to my party. I'm gonna have the bouncer like have a chart complexion. Like the lighter it is, like okay, pass. The darker it is, I'm like not okay. Don't let them in. Nah, that's racist. So I hope you have fun in your video. I'm gonna have some fun on my B-Day. I got the best B-Day gift of all. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Y'all see me go viral, have an ace of spades. It can't keep a good dog down. Be over there on the table like daggone Five-Wheel Masquerade. Somewhere out there, beyond the pedals. Like Steven said, no, don't pull it, don't pull on my church clothes. Get out. Like, why didn't you cut him off? He had enough. Like, he only had half a beer. He's like, guess that's a cat. Catch him quick. Oh, boy, Steve's a terrible man. Steve's a bad man, my jammer. Oh, hold on, y'all. 1 second. Like I said, I appreciate all y'all. I don't expect nothing much from my birthday, but I do take cash. App! You want to make a nigga day? Give me a cash out. I don't care about nothing sentimental. Happy blessed birthday. Let me reach it. What the cash app do? No, reach in there and give out a sow a seed, dude. Like, you know what you got to say. Every time I get a birthday card, I don't care about the card. I care about the money that's inside. Every time I got cards, man, wasn't even. I said, oh, I'm feeling how thick it is. I'm like, oh, can you hear it? Open it up. I'm like, man. They were like, hey, I just wanted to wish. I'm like, hey, where's the beef? Where's the green and stuff? Man, I don't need that. I was like, oh, I just wanted to. I was like, no, I don't want the sentimental gift. I want the actual gift. You could have saved the $7.99 from Hallmark. You could have just gave it to me. Like, that would have been the money. Like, what's up, Ben Bill? why I said, you want to bless Steve? Don't talk bless money, dinero. I remember I did my second video. I did my video after the one I did with Daddy, and I said something about how people ain't. I'm like, I don't listen to people out there. They just talk crazy. And I was talking about, I said how people bless you, they take care of you. And I was talking about it's always when I'm talking about financial wealth. That's some dumb hideous idiot in there. She was like, it sounds like you only care about money. I'm like, yes, I do. If it comes to saving $5, I saving you. I would save the $5. You know what I can do with $5? That's enough for iced coffee at Chick-fil-A. Like, that's gonna satisfy me more than you gonna satisfy me. One smells like heaven, the other one smells like tuna. Yeah. Yeah. What about a good gift card? Yes, I love good gift cards. Give me a gift card to Chick-fil-A or Olive Garden, boy, I would marry you. Even if you're a man. No, did he? Y'all already ayo me all the time. I might as well make jokes. Mr. Philstein, I love you. It's like, nigga, what? I mean, no, just, you know, like you love a good book or the beach, you know. Nobody cares about your well wishes. Yeah, right. There was times I opened up the card. Granny always did it. Granny always makes sure she bless you. So you act like you don't see the money. You open up the card and all the money fall out. You're like, oh, that was a nice card. I was like, bro, I see all these 10s and 20s and 100s. Like, that's why I said if the card ain't got dough in it, I don't want to keep it. They be like, it's the thought that counts. Well, you should have thought a little extra. You could have put something else in there. Nigga. I like, I wanted to get you a birthday. You know, people be like going to the store and buying you gifts. I'm like, I don't like gifts. I like money because, again, I don't like everything. I'm bad at getting people gifts, so I give people money. Like my friend, I'm going down to Florida. Her baby's turning 1, and so she was like, she said, "Well, get a good birthday gift for him." I said, "I don't know what baby's like. I don't know what baby's like. All I know is Bluey. I do a lot of Bluey because my little nephew, mama buys him a lot of Bluey stuff." And so he making me start to like, I don't even know what that is, but he started to make me like Bluey now. Like I be wanting to buy like the Bluey shirts and the Bluey gear. I be all cripped up with Bluey. You feel me? It's all blue. Like, nah, cuz it's Bluey over here, man. It's Bluey gang. You feel me? But I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, he's only 1. I don't know what 1-year-old's like. I said, look, I get some money. I said, I give little homie some money, man. Add to his college fund or whatever. I don't know. Whatever baby's like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better make sure when it's my birthday, y'all better not happy only wish me. I want to mail you a letter, Steve. Like, nigga, the shipping and handling is $19.99. You could have just gave me $19.99 on the super chat. Like, what? I said, I don't know, Steve. It seems like you care about money. Yes, I do. And I was like, it seems a little corner. Yes, very. Where is it? Where is it? No, I don't care about no money, man. I mean, unless you want to give it, but I ain't gonna take it from you. Because I will pry it from your hands if I have to. That's why I said, I'm like, I find it so offensive. I was walking across the street one time, and there was this white woman, she was walking, and she clutched her purse a little harder. And I was like, girl, I said, that's so crazy how, that was back in 2024. I said, it's so crazy how in the year 2024, that she really thought that she was stronger than me. Like, girl, I was stronger than you. I was like, girl, give me that purse. You thought I was about to say, like, she racist. I was like, give me that purse. Nigga, you ain't stronger than me. You clutch it as tight as you want to. I'll take your fingers with it. You'll go, give it. I said, how much you love your fingers? I hand it out, the arm comes off, woman. She's like, just calm down. I said, oh, okay, white woman. The one thing you don't want to do is tell me to calm down. That's the one thing you don't want me to do. It's like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, keep begging. I like that. Yeah, go. Oh, shoot. Hold on. See. Hold on 1 second, yo. Yeah. I'm thinking about planting this stand to the ground, bro. It's getting on my nerves. Right. I said, look here, what's that girl name? Dang, what's her name, bro? Not Annabelle, but whatever. Joke ruined anyway, it don't matter. Joke's old now, it don't matter. No, you ruined it, the joke's done. I got everybody hit me from the city, man. They was like, hey, what you plan on doing when you come back? You feel me? I'm like, I really don't know, man. Like, I got a lot of stuff I want to do, but nothing too crazy, I think. Nothing too crazy. I said, Jones hit me the other night. He said, I'm half asleep. Jones, I swear, he always calls me. I text me when I'm half asleep or when I'm on live stream. He said, hey, man, he was like, you think about going to Nashville? We'll go to Nashville for the weekend. I said, man, I don't even know, cuz I'm like, I feel like that's where all the white girls go. Like, everybody, when they like, let's have a girls' weekend, they all go to Nashville. They go to Nashville, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis. That's like the triangle of, like, places that everybody go to. Because ain't no good cities, you feel me? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't really care. I don't really care for really anywhere up north. If it's not like New York City or Chicago, I don't care. But I was like, I don't really want to go to Nashville, man. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'd rather just go somewhere. I said, I live somewhere nice already. So it ain't like it's really many places up north I care about. But I said, it's with good quality people, so maybe I'll go. You know? I don't know. We'll see. I said, hey, you better give me that birthday gift. Somebody's like, oh, I'll sing happy birthday. Nigga, forget your happy birthday. What come with the happy birthday money? Like, care about that. I care about the money. You better be paying. No, I ain't playing. Oh, see, I'm getting real tired of this thing, bro. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And y'all better sing it right, too, because if y'all don't sing it right and get right, this channel will be terminated. I'm terminating this channel. Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing. Last year, so many people loved me on this channel for my birthday. There's only a couple of dumb Hebrew Israelites and dumb idiots that eat toast. They was over mad at me because I celebrate my birthday. What would your dad think about you celebrate your birthday? What would he not think about me celebrating my birthday, you dumb nut? Like, obviously. Like, see, stay off my father, man. You weird freak niggas, man. Y'all so weird. It's not biblical. They put some Bible scripture. I'm like, I'm not reading that. I said, buddy, I'm not gonna look at what that means. You reaching the wrong one. White people will probably look at it. I'm not. I don't watch it. I said, buddy, you don't know the words, so I'm not gonna listen to you. I said, it's not biblical to do birthdays. First Timothy says. I'm like, oh, I got care less what First Timothy says. I'm celebrating mine. Our Lord and Savior was 33 when he died. Don't know how he even know he was 33 if he didn't have a birthday, idiot. How would they have known Jesus was? How would they have known Jesus was 2 years old? Jesus is 2 years old. Remember, it said they went to Africa for 2 years, right? How would they have known that he was 2 years old? You mean tell me nobody was keeping track of time? I'm pretty sure it was like, well, we've been on the run for 2 years now. Been in Africa for about 2 years. You think it's time to go back? Like, oh, dumb idiot. If that was true, then why was it talking about how old people lived in the Bible? Talking about Noah was 600-something years old, and the oldest man in the Bible was like 1,200 years old. I'm like, come on, you dumb. Somebody didn't finish their hooked on phonics. Sure didn't. I bet you them niggas that said that, them be the dudes you give them a chapter book. It was the beast of times. It was the worst of times. It was the greatest of times. Nigga don't even know how to read, dude. You be right there sitting here trying to tell him, like, trying to read a chapter book. Dude take like 10 minutes. He take 10 minutes on like 3 sentences. It's like, sound it out now, don't hurt yourself. Like, take your time. Sound it out. Phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. Phenomenally. And then femininity. Phenomenal. Like, no, nigga. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. But he start talking. You think that's the daggone water thing in the yard? They go like. But he's singing that song like change it. Like, nah, he stuttered on his words. Hold on. About to go back to Shrek. I think I'm gonna play that song for my birthday when I encounter another dumb idiot. Some people just ain't no good. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's misunderstood. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have y'all do a birthday roast for me. Like do like a roast session or something, like a Comedy Central roast. But then I don't know, I kinda get personal. I might take that personal. Oh, okay. Well, it's not to know what your niggas really think about me. Like, okay. Be writing down jokes on all y'all. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get all y'all back personally. See, one buddy was throwing the joke. He was throwing the jokes too good. I said, yeah, I got you. But he tries to put his key in the door in his car. Boom. That'll teach you. That'll teach you to disrespect me. And some people just ain't no good. Like y'all, Steve's got a list and he's checking it twice. He's coming after everybody that had something to do with the roast. But John Wickie's fools. Try to call me Steve, it was just a click. Uh-oh. He's coming. Nigga, he's here! He's here! Save me! He's here! Hold on. Anyways, we are celebrating life here. I love celebrating life with y'all. Life is meant to live, not meant to stand on the corner and holler at people. Glad I'm doing something my 31 years of life. Doing more than I is. So, this wind is gonna piss me off for real, dude. This is crazy. Dang, it's like crazy. Gotta keep holding the stand. It takes away from the comedy. Ugh. Anyways, how y'all doing? What do y'all want me to do for my birthday? Now, let's discuss arrangements. What are y'all getting me for my birthday? I remember I used to be like that, bro. I was a stingy little nigga too when I was young. And so my grandmama, man, she would always, both of them, they would always give me good gifts. And so I remember she would call. And I was like, I said, I would hear him get on the phone. I said, so what you gonna give me for my birthday? I was a conniving little nigga. That's why I said, like, I know how kids are. That's why I don't like kids. Because I'm like, I know how I was as a kid, man. Like, kids, I just stop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what you gonna give me for my birthday? How much money am I getting? Like, that's just rude. Like, I was rude, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, when I had my children, I was gonna whoop them just for fun. It was like, I want to teach them not to be like that. I was cared more about getting than I cared about giving, you know what I'm saying? And I said, now I care more about getting than I care about giving too. I didn't change that much. How much can I receive? Like, who's your favorite person, Steve? The one to pay me the most? The one to cash out the most? It's a competition. Like, man, I love user one, but you know, user two just gave a higher donation than them. I'm like, oh man, starting to be more in their favor. On a birthday gift competition, the one to get the least birthday gift, oh, I'm out. Oh well, whatever it may be, at least y'all not the ones telling me I can't sell my music. At least y'all understand I can make a good profit margin off of that. Like, some people don't want me to sell my music. They don't want me to sell my craft. They said it's too special. I said, no, buddy, you too special. That's why you in my chat. Oh, see, I'm getting tired of the stand. Stop. Could y'all imagine if I didn't sell my music? If I only gave it to a certain person? No, not people, just one person. One person said I can't sell to nobody. Could you imagine if I never sold to anybody else? What would this world be like? Make music for one idiot. I think not. This wind is really pissing me off though, man. I'm getting real tired of this thing. Maybe the bottle will stop it from moving. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. Put that bottle right there. It'll stop it. Yeah. Hey, maybe we should do a birthday squabble. Y'all come out here and fight me for my birthday. The winner takes all. Yeah, that's what y'all don't want to do. You don't want to tag with me. Come on. Man, we used to love fighting, man. Going to school, we used to love fighting, dude. I don't know more, man. I'm more of a lover than a fighter. I mean, no diddy, but I really don't want to fight, man. I don't want to hurt nobody. And then I'm like, it's senseless, man. If it ain't nothing serious to fight over, I don't gotta fight you. But I'm like, we used to squabble just to squabble. We would be squabbling at the church, squabbling at school. You feel me? Like squabbling on the bus stop. Just all type of squabbling, man. That's all we did was just fight. We just straight up fought all the time. You know? It's hot. Mm. So yeah, I try not to fight no more. A lot of people don't want to fight me, man. I know dudes bigger than me that don't even want to fight. Like nobody wants to fight no more because they know like you can do some serious damage. Plus people don't fight no more. They shoot, and stab, and stuff, and jump. They don't fight. Hey, I seen a dude. This dude was a rapper. He was on the stage rapping. This dude looked like E40, man. He was on the stage rapping. He didn't have on no shirt. He was big dude. He didn't have on no shirt. He had on some white pants. He was sagging them, and so it was West Coast rap. So the beat kind of sounded cool. It sounded like he was about to hit that too. He was trying to say we be in the trap getting money. He was supposed to keep rapping, but he jumped off the stage. He said we be in the trap getting money. He fell on the ground. People in the comments, everybody's like, the big nigga has fallen. The big nigga has fallen. He said, we be in the trap getting money. And the beat just kept playing. They said, oh. He's just sitting there laying on his back. He took him forever to get up. I said, Brandon, you too big to be jumping off that stage like that. Yeah, the worst part was it was outside in the summertime. So the ground was hot. I know that ground was hot too. But he didn't have on no shirt, no nothing, bro. I know he got sunburned. But that's crazy. Hold on. They're gonna see me on my for my birthday. I'm gonna be somewhere nice and luxurious. Like did a lot. This here to live, this here lifestyle. Say, oh yeah. Be first class, 5-star everything. Like, how you feeling, Steve? Eat a little bit, dip it like a beginning, cause this is only beginning. Like, nigga, what? I'm on the top of the mountain, puffing on clouds, and we just still pretending. I said, $1,000,005 on a Visa card, I wish. I wouldn't be telling y'all probably set me up. Wow, y'all just got $1 million, that's $2 million for me. Oh, that's 200,000 for me, 200,000 for you, another 2,000 for you. Like y'all distract him, keep him on live stream, keep him distracted. He'll never see it coming. Like Steve said, his #1 weakness is white women and lasagna. Like, nah, the white women's a little too obvious. Like, but a tray of lasagna sitting there, like he'll fall for it. He'll fall for it. Hey man. Definitely looking forward to my birthday. Whose kid is this? Hey kid, you in my vicinity. Please back up. Little children. All this space, man. I want to have space to myself. I always get kids, fanboys, flies, cockroaches. Everybody bothering me. I don't know. Like I said, LG, I like you, but I don't know if I can trust y'all. Y'all niggas might rob me. I got to play it safe. You might be like, you know what, Steve does have it too good. Like, no. We got to start getting in on some of that. He's always bragging. Like, he get new white shoes. Who does he think he is? What, you think you better than me because you get nice shoes? Like, a young black man made it out the hood. Brand new white shoes. Good money. Who he think he is? What, he think he only man that one father? Oh no. better be nice and respect me. It's like I said, I know people. I call some people. You ever come at me sideways? That's why I said I know people. Whatever color you want them, I'll send whoever you want. The black, the white, anybody. The Arabs, the Mexicans. Ow. So what y'all finna talk about? What y'all wanna talk about? Let's start a conversation again, y'all. It's gonna turn into another 4-hour stream like you usually do. Let's start another conversation. I'm waiting on y'all. I'm just celebrating my birthday out here. Get a lot of stuff just to live this here lifestyle. Oh yeah. Get about the family, this stop my lifestyle. My lifestyle. You live this like a beginning, cause this is only beginning. Let's make some ice for this. Ugh. You know what'd be funny? Some of y'all be having jokes, man. Y'all be making me laugh. Sorry, I got the roast coming. I got the roast coming for a lot of y'all. Y'all keep on playing. Don't think because you ain't got a picture profile, I can't find out who you is. I can find out what your face look like. I say, yeah, that's why they got a solid letter as they profile picture. That's why they got a picture of a rock or a flower. We know why now. I know how you look. What flavor of Simply lemonade? I'm shopping for the pineapple. I don't think I had a pineapple yet. I just get I got the strawberry. Sometimes I get the plain one and take like a Kool-Aid packet and just open it up and put it in there. You know what I'm saying? I can mix it up. Super good, man. Super good. I'm a little elegant with when I tell people I'm a pour up. That's what I mean. Like I'm just gonna mix my Simply lemonade with Kool-Aid or a Red Bull with a flavored Red Bull with a Coca-Cola or something. I put a lot of people on today. They was like, "That's pretty neat." I said, "Yep." Come up with a lot of things when you can't drink. Come up with your own mocktails. I brush my beard like 100 times. Beard crispy. I gotta do my lineup tonight. Very crispy hair, looking good. Yeah, no, I love y'all. I never get to really. Well, I feel like I do, but I don't know. Watermelon. I don't think I ever had a watermelon. I remember with somebody's watermelon. I think it might have been Minute Maid's watermelon. Man, that tastes like fart, dude. It tastes like a whole fart in the can. Like, you know what I mean? It's only good when it's candy. Like, I don't think it's good as a drink. I don't know. Maybe it's the one I have. It's disgusting. This wind pissing me off, y'all. Let's go sit down, because I'm really getting pissed off with this wind. He's like knocking over my stuff, cuz. Let's have a seat. Who's in here? Why y'all so silent? Why don't y'all love me anymore? I thought about doing Tory Lanez type love music. Why don't you love me? Oh, love me. You said you love me. Why don't you love me? Far from you desperately. I need you badly. Why don't you love me? Love me. You know she used to love me. Oh, love me. She don't know more. Why don't you love me? What inspired your current style of dress? I don't know. Just I kind of switch up my style every year. So, you know, every year, like, style kind of gets a little different. I don't really follow the trends, but I look at what I used to wear, and I'm just like, that was tacky. You know what I'm saying? Like what I used to do back in 2019, it was kind of tacky versus, like, what I kind of wear now. So I'm just a very plain, casual person. Like, I mean, I'll wear something that looks extraordinary every now and then, but I said I really don't expect the most out of best. I wear these all the time. That's just all I really wear, because it's like 113 degrees here. So I'm like, this is all I really wear, man, is these. You feel me? I might wear, like some joggers like these, you feel me? Then, like I said, I always keep my shoe game. My shoe game is always on point, you feel me? I always make sure I stay with the shoe game, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stay crisp with the shoes. I got more shoes than I got jeans, dude. Like, I got a lot of shoes. And most of them are Jordans. I said, I got a lot of J's. I said, you can wear whatever as long as you wear a crisp pair of J's or something, or you know what I'm saying? Some nice little Vans or whatever, like, you be straight, you feel me? So yeah, I really don't. I got a lot of clothes I don't even wear. A lot of good clothes I just don't wear. I like basic stuff. I mean, I'm just a basic person, man. Like I would buy Louis Vuitton and Gucci, but I'm like I wouldn't even wear it because it's. I don't even. I mean, I don't know. I just that's not really my style. I can't get with that. You ever think about starting a clothing line? I did. Um, I was gonna start something a while back, man. That was I was gonna start a shirt. It was the Hebrew something, or I forgot what it was months ago. I was gonna start something, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not really again. I'm not really a big clothes person, so um, somebody else is. I mean, somebody else will have to design it for me because again, I don't really care about fashion like that. I'm just more like, give me jeans, t-shirt, some J's. You know what I'm saying? A hat. If my hair ain't done, you feel me? Like I'm good. That's why I try to tell niggas. I said, dude, you don't need. They think they gonna pull women wearing all Louis Vuitton and Gucci. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, I said, it's not about the man. It's not about wearing that stuff. It's about the man that's under the Louis Vuitton. I said, if you look like a big old flat boy, I'm like, they don't want that. I said, yeah, you got Louis Vuitton, but I'm like, but if you take it off, it's like ain't no woman gonna want to see that or smell that. Like, they still want to do it. It looks good. It looks fit. And that's why they would see me with my style, with me dressing as casual as I dress. I wear jewelry too, you know what I'm saying? I might have some enhancement, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you just look good. You make sure you take care of yourself and you look good. And so they see that, and what do? They want that. Because again, your personality look good, your style is good. I said I ain't gotta wear one Louis Vuitton to get nothing, man. Never had to. I know dudes right now that literally does that stuff, man, and they still cannot pull women because it's not about what you got, man. It's about who you are. I said, buddy, I could wear a plain t-shirt or a Louis Vuitton t-shirt. I take my shirt off, I still got an 8-pack. I said, you don't. So, not saying nothing wrong with that. But I was like, if you think that your clothes is gonna get you a woman, it's really not. Women care more about your appearance than they care really about your clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you underneath the clothes? I said, yeah, you got Louis Vuitton, but you're still ugly. It's like, bro, like that's what's wrong with these old little weird white boys, man. They was mad talking about some. He's like, well, I got money. I'm like, yeah, you got money. I said, but bro, it's about what. It's about who you are, though. You got money, but you a weirdo. It's like you have no idea how to even conversate with a woman at all, dude. You look crazy. What he talking about? Some that one dude, he was weird. He's like, hi, my name is George, though. I got a lot of money, though. Couldn't conversate with women, so he went to alpha male conferences. Buddy was like, yeah, I seen a college girl today. He said she was so pretty. The next line he said, college girls are whores. He said, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, cuz. You can't skip from one to the next. Like, hold on, bro, how did we get here? He said they're whores, especially when they go out running outside. I was like, excuse me? I was like, you would have thought she would have personally did something to him. I said something to him. He was like, yeah, they're whores. I said, well, says the old man taking alpha male conferences. You an old whore. That's what you are. You just an old whore with money. Yeah, nobody wear name brand. Nobody care about that stuff, man. Remember, everybody was in that true religion phase. I had a dude that said it. Every time he wore true religion, he was like, he would joke with the other dude. He kept saying, he said, it costs more than everything you got on. I was like, but look, we kept saying, like, bro, look who's wearing it, though. Buddy looked like Big Bubba, Biggie Smalls. Like, dude, like, yeah, you got true religion on, but look at you, though. He said, it costs more than what you wearing. I said, do you know why you got to spend your money on stuff that costs more? I said, because look at your appearance. Like, you obviously don't do enough to spend on that. I said, bro, you ain't got no value on the inside, on the outside. Girls don't care whether you wear a true religion or nothing at all. They don't like you. And that's that same brother trying to use Darby Word. Same brother that tried to use Darby Word to say he can get whatever his heart desires. He said he desires a clean, untouched, beautiful version. I said, buddy, keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. I said, he ain't clean. Definitely ain't untouched. Definitely ain't a virgin. I said, so you want that? He's like, no, your father said, man, you can have. I said, no. There's levels to this. There's levels to this, cuz, like, you can't just do everything that you want to do. Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with anime shirts. I'm about to get me a couple of anime shirts, cuz, shoot. Everybody love anime, especially as weird as these little niggas be. Playboy Cardi's like goth drill rap, you feel me? They be all up into that type of goth stuff. I'm like, man, please, anime be cool now. Love me some anime. I always did like girls that did watch anime. They was so cool. They was always cool. You feel me? Some of the anime is for like them little white boys that stay in the house all day. It's like, oh, I never talked to a girl before. They be doing these cringy TikToks. What he's talking about? Oh, he would quote something from the anime, whatever. It's like one of them animes they watch. He would quote something from that, and he was like, oh hey, I didn't notice you in the hall. Oh, clumsy me. I dropped my hall pass. It's like, nigga, what? Then he start dancing to some song. I'm like, yep, that's somebody that's never gotten a woman. And people be in the comments like $1,000 guy's a virgin. What if you think because they got some money? They either think that because they a nice dude. Now, you know what it is now? They think they a nice dude, they got money, or they think because they because they watch Darby and they Darby said something. I'm like, nah, it don't work like that. Told you a guy did it, man. He came out of town because he seen some girl on the live stream. That same girl everybody kept messing with. He said, yeah, the Lord told me my wife. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, bro. Guess what? His wife went in that church. See? You see what happens when you do stuff like that? He said, I seen what I like and I came through her. I said, buddy, I could have told you, don't do that. I would have said, hey, man, save the 8-hour drive from here to Detroit. I would have told you, don't do that, buddy. It's not worth it. I saw one of the women on her and I just had to come down here. I said, you already lost. I said, brother, you have lost in life. You don't want, especially at that time, you did not want a woman that went to Destiny Ministries. Hey, man. Hey, man. You did not want, like, a pig to the swine because you did not want nobody in there. I was trying to save niggas. I said, hey, man, I don't want y'all to be upset. Like, I don't want y'all to be through 20 years of hell, cuz, like, save yourself. He said, nah. I said, bro, first off, it's Louisville. Then she goes to this church, like, yeah, that's probably not good, cuz, like, no, don't do that. I said, I just don't want you. I just said, brother, listen, I don't want you to be hurt in the long run. That's crazy. Huh? That's crazy. Hold on. Yeah, buddy was like, he said, no, your daddy said a man that finds a wife. He's like, I said, bro, yeah, a man, dude. A man that can lead. You can't lead, bro, because you're not a man, you know? Don't try to use the word. As I said, I'll try to use the word now, because it don't work like it. I never could understand why people like use the word to their advantage. Like, dude, stop doing that. I never said that. I was like, bro, look, if you make mistakes, listen, everybody makes mistakes. Cause I mean, it's not always necessarily true. I know a guy now, like he wasn't a virgin. He came from the street, but his wife was clear, untouched. You know what I'm saying? And so she was okay with that. Some people will be okay with that. I guess if that's how they feeling, you know, if that's how they feeling or whatever. But not everybody gonna be okay with that. Most people are gonna want something that they are. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I mean, anybody can racially marry or date or whatever, but I said more than likely that person's probably going to want to get with somebody more of their own race, right? Because it's just common, of course, right? I said, so it's the same thing when it comes to somebody that might be a little fit. They might want to get with somebody that's probably a little bit more fit. Somebody that's probably a little bit more big bone might want to get with somebody a little bit more big bone, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's really attractive probably wants to get with another attractive person, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some things that just work like that, you know? I said more than likely a virgin is probably going to want to get with somebody that's also pure and that's been untouched too. You know what I'm saying? Because I said I know, especially with that's pure, man. Especially for women, they don't play that, you know. And so they definitely don't want to feel like that. They want you to be they first, and you want to be they first. I said, you don't. They don't want you to be they first, and then you like they 67th. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes them feel bad. It's like I can't even enjoy this because it's like you already had this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not special. You know what I mean? Some of them do. I mean, like I said, to each their own, man. If that's how they feel, that's cool. Like you can go get somebody that was such and such or whatever. But I'm just like, you know, I just know some girls they want a guy that's kind of like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say it's really rare nowadays. It's just, I mean, it's different. But I'm like, people make mistakes, so there's nothing wrong with that. You can be redeemed. You know what I'm saying? Like. But if you're a little bit too far gone or you kind of, you know, been out there, it's like you can't just expect to go out here and mess with the whole city and then get a virgin. It's like, it's probably not going to work that way, dude. Like, most women are going to want somebody that's kind of like them, you know what I mean? Like I said, when you make mistakes, That's why I was so paranoid about making mistakes when I first got into the dating game. Because I said, I felt like that if you make a mistake, I said, God's not going to send you nobody good. I said, he's going to cut off all your blessings. You ain't going to never have none good. And then I thought that he was going to send me somebody that went to our church. I'm not joking. I thought that was really my worst fear. I said, if I make a mistake, I was trying to be perfect, which is impossible. I was like, if I make a mistake, God's going to make me marry somebody in the church. Yeah, and that was during the time again I was on my white girl phase. So I said, no. I said, no, I'm gonna get married to one of these negresses in here. Like, no. I said, I get married to a negress, not in here though. Definitely not in this church. But I was like, I just didn't want to mess up, man. Because I thought that if you make any mistakes, I said, God's gonna cut off all your blessings. I'm like, that ain't true. Please, that is not true. You human, man. You only gonna make mistakes, dude. Like that song, I'm just a human man, prone to make mistakes. That's my song, man. Human man, born to make mistakes. That's my song right there, boy. But we gonna make mistakes, man, as human beings, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you don't still qualify or you can't still have. It's like, you know, more than likely if you lost your virginity, and you more than likely probably gonna get somebody else who also lost their virginity. There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we all done did some dumb stuff. We all done did some mistakes. I may play them mistakes myself. So when I deal with a woman that also has some of the mistakes that I've been through, I've done, I said, I can't sit there and be like looking why she like it. I'm like, well, I've done stuff too. I'm not always pure, clean, and innocent either. I've done some dumb things. I'm like, so obviously you're probably gonna get somebody that's kind of like you, which is okay. That's right up your alley. It's right up your field. I feel like it would kind of be asking for a little too much to ask for somebody that's better than what you are. You know what I'm saying? I believe in getting what you are. I don't believe in really wanting better than what you really qualified for better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have something pure, man, if you ain't pure. You know what I'm saying? You can't have the best if you're not the best. That's just kind of how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Dude, this wind is crazy out here, man. Dang. Some more birthdays. Want to make mistakes. Hold on. No one else could ever take your place. I'm just a human man. Want to make mistakes. Human man. I make mistakes. What are we talking about? What was we even saying? I forgot. Alright, let's go. Ah! No one else could ever take your place. Let's see. Sometimes I can ask you about you. And I still hold you. No one else can ever take your place. Do 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 do. Why is everybody so quiet today? Where's my people? Don't they stop me in this? Everybody's so scared today or something. I mean, I know some of y'all don't like me, but dang, y'all can like me a little more. Dang. Y'all got a vendetta with a nigga. Time to make mistakes. Oh. Got to keep my shiny white shoes white, see? See how white they are? I really don't want to mess these up, dude. I'm so tired of messing up every pair of white shoes I get, dude. Every white shirt, every pair of white jeans, every white beater, every white shoes I get, dude. I mess them up, man. Swear. I remember one time I had my first pair of shoes like these I bought. I had on these and some white jeans and something else. I think it was my shirt was white. And so I said, this is gonna end badly, man, because you know this stuff never stays white. So I was somewhere, man, and somebody had like something like this. It was like a little redder than this. You know, red never comes out of nothing white. So they somebody had like spilled it. It was a drink. They had spilled it. And so I'm just like, oh, they spit it on the side, it splashed and hit my shoe. I said, oh. So then I bent down, there was something red that was on me. So then when I got up, it was all on my jeans and my shirt. I said, oh. So I'm over here soaked in red with everything red just cause one incident. Now everything dirty. I walk outside, there was a big old puddle I didn't see. I guess because I was mad about everything already being dirty. There was a big old puddle I didn't see. It stepped right in. This is my brand new white shoes. Stepped right in it, and now it's all dirty. I said, "How is it every time you wear something white, it gets this bad? It shouldn't be like this." Like, I know it's bad, but it really shouldn't be this bad. Like, this is crazy, man. So yeah, I definitely gonna. I'm trying not to keep my drink too close to it because I want to keep it wide for as long as I can. No one else could ever take your place. I'm just a human man, born to make mistakes. Human man, prone to make mistakes. Why am I singing that song now, bro? I got a love obsession with that song. I love my music. 31 years, y'all. All I did was love my music. You know what? I'm gonna take y'all to one of these jazz places, man. I'm gonna try to go like do a jazz cafe type thing. Take y'all there with me. Ooh. You know what I want? Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to like go to Spain and do like the bulls, like how they do the matadors or whatever. They run in the streets from the bulls. Hey man, I'll be live streaming that, bro. Could you imagine me live streaming that? Oh shoot, that'd be that'd be so funny, man. It's like y'all, I'm out here with all these white people. I know I shouldn't have did it, but I did it anyways. Like you gotta be careful. See somebody else, I push somebody else to save myself. See them get gored by the bull. Oh shoot. Oh man, I'm so glad it ain't me. Oh Lord, look at them. I was like, y'all watch this. I be provoking the bull. I'm wearing red like I'm wearing now. Just a human man, born to make mistakes. Why are y'all so quiet, bro? Dang. Where's everybody at, man? Don't get stop me hit this, man. Y'all so quiet, cuz. No one else could even take your place. Come on over here and watch out for these puddles and dirt and everything, because I'm really trying not to mess my shoes up, man. I really don't want to mess my shoes up, though. I'm gonna make mistakes. Uh, 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 uh. YouTube gets advanced to where you can start seeing people that be in there. Because again, when people tune into the live, I cannot see your username unless you comment. Like TikTok and all of that, you can see who's watching. You know what I'm saying? So versus over there, if I can see who's watching and people don't say nothing, I can just throw them. I want to start being able to do that, man. Because like I said, people just being here quiet and they ain't saying nothing. People just being here trying to, I don't know if it's just they be trying to enjoy the stream or they just being here meddling. Are they scared to talk? I literally tell people like 15 times to talk, say stuff. Nobody types, nobody says nothing. They just been here battling. Like, I ain't just gonna be having like 5 people talking, man. You got 20 people in here watching. Like, I don't like that. So eventually I'm gonna get it to a point where I can just start throwing people, man. Y'all wanna come in here silent and never wanna respond and say nothing, I'm gonna start throwing y'all. I don't like inactive users, man. That stuff really gets on my nerves. Like, I don't like spectators. You feel me? Like, it's definitely ain't a spectating channel. It's like everybody can come and talk. And I don't expect everybody to say stuff all the time. But I said, but you know, when I'm asking people to talk and people don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? They come in here and run in and out and be meddling. So I'm just gonna start throwing people, man. So like I said, y'all been warned, I'm gonna go do that. So when I find out how, don't be surprised if you get put in timeout. I'm gonna throw you. I just can't stand inactive users. It's like, dude, like if you're gonna be on the channel, man, be on the channel and talk. Like, I don't want people that's on here that's not saying nothing. I want people to talk. It's the whole reason of having the stream and having the stuff. You feel me? Like, if you ain't gonna do that, then I'm gonna have to find some people that will. You feel me? So I don't like silence. Like people choose the right time to be the wrong time to be silent, and then the right time to talk. Nobody wants to talk. You know what I'm saying? When I'm doing my thing, everybody want to come run their mouth and say what they like. When I'm not doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Hold up. Hold on 1 second. I think I just sit over here. Sit underneath a palm tree. I like these. Hold on. Hold up, y'all. That's also why I like doing the lives, man. But again, man, like it's always hard to get people to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's hard for them to build communities, man, because people won't be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time people, especially Negroes, won't be a part of stuff is when they trying to run it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it comes to support or when it comes to like, talking and being involved, that's why I got a Discord, man, because I didn't want people to just come over here. I said, be a part of it, man. Be a part of the community. I want everybody to be a part of it. You feel me? Well, somewhat everybody, but real talk, man. It's just, I never liked that, man, especially with this channel with how weird people be. And like you see some of the strangest, weird, dumb idiots you've ever seen. It's like I don't want to be here just spectating. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's people in here probably right now doing that. You know, they've been here. There's a lot of people that's been here for a minute. They just chose not to say nothing. I guess that was the one day they wanted to be bold. And the one thing they did say was trying to give a word or come with this whole want to be Hebrew stuff. Like I'm like, we don't do that over here. I done praised my channel to that, boy. Hebrew Israelite know not to say nothing to me over here. We don't do that. So I got a lot more purging to do. But to the meantime, like I said, I play it cool. I keep it cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I want people to just react and talk. You feel me? Like, we got certain individuals that play too much. Certain individuals who think they all that. You know who I'm talking to. Hey, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a hot minute. Uncommon woman, how you doing? Highly favored and highly blessed, and I mess this up every single time. Highly favored and blessed is you, or highly blessed is you and favored, or favored is thou, blessed with you. I have no idea how you say that. Some people I ain't seen in a hot minute, man. Y'all be cheating on me with other people, with other YouTubers. So you left me for my brother, huh? Yeah, you left me for somebody else. Like, y'all just be up and disappearing on me, don't care nothing about me. Like, come in every 6 months. Hold up 1 second, y'all. Understand? Highly blessed, highly favored. How do I mess that up? I don't know how I mess that up, bro. That is so simple. I think I overcomplicate stuff, man. I'm a complicated person. That's why I said I don't like being told what to do. I'm just like, no. Even when I'm in pain, man, I'm sick. Steve, take your medicine. No, I don't want to. Stop telling me what to do. Steve, don't go over there. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go over there because you said don't go over there. Leave me alone. Everybody said don't shop at Target. I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm about to go shop at Target because you told me not to. I hear you been busy, been resting. Shoot, ain't no joke out there in the STL. I know ain't no joke out there. Praying for better days for y'all city, boy, because y'all city is crazy. It's the one place I know that's worse than Louisville. That's the one place I know I would move to versus Louisville. I was like, yeah, maybe Louisville's not so bad. Hold on. Well, turn to this last stream. People acting like they don't want to say nothing. So. Nah, it ain't. No, there ain't. No. I don't think there's no city on earth. Nah, for real. Real talk. They said St. Louis is like one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Not just America, in the world. I think they said after Mexico and Brazil, they said like St. Louis is like the next worst place in the world. I was like, I didn't know it really get down like it over here, man. Like, what's up with y'all city, dude? Because we got another girl in here from St. Louis in the chat too. She was just like, yeah, it ain't. She was like, I'm trying to get out of here. I said, well, somebody told me that St. Louis ain't that bad. She said, nah, they done told you wrong. She's like, St. Louis is terrible. I said, see, I knew, I knew. Listen, don't believe the hype. Nah, I don't know if that's hype. Dude. And like I said, according to her, she lived there. So she was like, she said she lived like near the horseshoe or whatever. And you know, that's one of the worst spots too. She was like, nah. She said, what you see is really like it on TV over there. I was like, yep, I bet it is. It ain't my to-go place. Like, we kind of experienced that too when we went there. When we had our church conferences, we had like 3 church conferences, or 2 church conferences there. And it was certain church conferences I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, you do it, but you don't really care for them because of the location. You know what I'm saying? Like, Baltimore was another one. That's the worst place ever. I've never liked Baltimore. North Carolina and stuff, I don't care for those places. But St. Louis, we went there, man. I remember we went there and it was like, where are we at? And I was like, cuz, where are we at, dude? We just kept driving. It was starting to look like the west end of Louisville. And I said, bro, where are we at, cuz? I was like, yeah, this ain't a place to be playing around up here. I mean, I always tell you, I ain't trying to diss y'all city. I don't try to diss nobody's cities, but there's just a lot of places that ain't for me. Like I said, you know, some people can live in Louisville, I can't. Some people like New Jersey, I don't. I can't. Like, that's just some places I just don't. But do they like the zoo? I didn't even know they even went to the zoo. I didn't know y'all had a zoo. So what's the horseshoe? You ain't never heard of the horseshoe posse? The horseshoe with the Boys of Destruction. Was it boy? Yeah, Boys of Destruction with and then it was the horseshoe posse. You ain't never heard of that? That's like the '90s. Oh, I can't believe you ain't never heard of that. I talked to a dude from here, from St. Louis, and he said, how you know about that? I said, I don't know, bro. I watch TV. Mm. Yeah, everybody was saying that they was like when they hear about Louisville, and so of course people in Louisville gonna say, oh, don't listen to the hype. I'm like, that ain't no hype. That's really like it. And people ask me, and I'm like, no, Louisville's really like it. It's really bad. It's deadly. It's dirty. They said, no, it's not. No, you know, every Louisville native think that's the best place in the world. They're like, no, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, no, Louisville is the. No. This thing on? Somebody calling me, y'all. You hear me? You know, this thing froze. My bad. But no, I'm like, no, Louisville's like that. Louisville's not a place you want to be at. And it's not where you really want to be. And so I told people about it here. They get cracking in Kentucky. I was like, yes, they get cracking in Kentucky. It's really like it. What's up, Jones? But and then they go watch the first 48. They watch stuff off TV. They say, yeah, Louisville sound kind of crazy. I'm like, yeah, it really is. Believe it or not, San Antonio's not too far behind. Like San Antonio's kind of up there too, but it's so big, so you spread out, so you're not really gonna see that stuff like as common. I think, you know, as you do in Louisville versus. So yeah, I tell everybody if you live there, move out of there. I told old girl that live in St. Louis, I said, girl, you need to move out of there. I said, that is definitely not a place you wanna. She was like, I don't want to stay here. She's like, I'm so tired of it here. She said, it's crazy. So I don't know. I said, well, one of my other followers is from St. Louis. They said it's nice. It's not that bad. I said, she must be talking about the old Nelly days, like the heyday with Nelly now. I was like, I don't think she's talking about the now days. The guy at the church teaching basketball. His family was at. I said, oh, Show. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Show. Yeah. I didn't even know they went to the zoo, but we was trying to go somewhere up there in STL. You know, we try to always do stuff in the like side stuff on the conferences and stuff. Like, you know, we go somewhere and have fun. I don't remember really what we did there. I don't really remember. I can't remember. All I remember at that time, that was the second time we came to St. Louis. We was at the hotel. We set up at a hotel, and in the lobby they had like a big old grand piano. and I was over just playing the piano or whatnot. And your boy was pulling them, boy. It was this black flight attendant. She came, and the nigga felt like Duke Ellington, cause I was over just playing piano. She was leaning all over the piano. She like, wow, you played so great. This is so nice. She said, are you from here? I was like, no, absolutely not. I said, no, we from a conference. I said, well, I ain't from somewhere that much better either. Like, it ain't like it's better. And so she was like, well, I ain't from here either. I'm just stopping in town because I'm a flight attendant. And so I was over playing. Mom and Daddy was at they was with the other pastor that we was there with. They was at that little restaurant over there, so they peak game. And so Daddy had me come here because he wanted to tell me something real quick. And so he was like, who's that? I said, I don't know, somebody. And so Mama, she said, do y'all like each other? And he's like, Missy, stop. It's like, bro, it's like, look, here she is, the other one from St. Louis, oh, Deja Brown. Deja. The Chase Park. It might have been the Union Station. I don't remember. That was back in 2017, man. That was a long time ago. I don't remember any of that for real. I just remember that part. But, hold on, 1 second. Said what's happening? What I missed? Nah, it's we saw my STL. So we got another person here from STL. And so she said it's not that bad, Deja. I don't know, are you lying to me? Is TV lying? Because she said it ain't that bad. She said, don't believe the hype. I said, nah, I believe it when I see it. STL is kind of crazy. Like I said, that's the one place I know that's crazy in Louisville. Yeah, that's true. You just gotta watch who you with, man. I don't trust nobody. Cause there was a dude from STL doing we had the BLM. And he came down from STL. He said, how y'all West End look? He said that's how St. Louis look. He said that's how St. Louis look. He said everything boarded up. He said the house is like dingy, looking terrible. I said, yep. I said it's all the same. It's all the same. Nah, I know you ain't got a reason to lie. Statistics don't lie. I just don't really remember what we did there when we was at STL. I don't really remember what we did. So. Besides the conferences, because I mean there was not really many cities I like to be at, you know what I'm saying? Like when we went to California, we did a lot of California because we was in LA, so I'm like we did a lot there. And then we went to Miami. I mean, of course it's Miami, so we did a lot there, you feel me? But when we went to like when we would go to like Baltimore is just as bad as like STL. It's nothing up there. It's like, I mean, again, I'm not trying to knock y'all city. I'm not trying to say it like that, but it's just some cities I don't really think there's like much to do like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm not really a big United States person. There's only a couple of places I like Texas and Florida. That's it. I don't like nowhere else really in the United States. I don't really care. So, you can't fascinate me with Montana because there's nothing in Montana I really want. Beautiful scenery, but I wouldn't live there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe visit just to say I went, but it's not somewhere I really want to like live. I'll be at, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't really know what's in that Missouri, you know what I'm saying? I call it misery. Like, look, y'all, we driving through misery. And then after Missouri, I think you get to Kansas. Kansas is the worst out of all. Like, my girlfriend is moving to Canada next week. Her green card expires, so now they have to move. So they won't get called. Hey, look, go to Canada. I actually like Canada. Canada's cool, bro. I will go to Canada. I live there better than St. Louis. Canada's cool, man. They so nice up there. They real chill. I bet you she nice too, because she from Canada. They all are nice up there. I said, surprisingly, I found some people from St. Louis that's nice. I thought y'all was all kind of mean out there. I seen dude out there, this is the white dude that be rapping, CTS Lou Wick. Is that his name? CTS Wick or CTS Lou Wick, whatever his name is. But I said, hey, white people be with it too, man. Said little white people be rapping, he just beat a murder charge. I said, people be with it. I saw Mo P. It's another well, everybody knows Sexy Red. That's a Christian rapper we used to listen to out there, man. His name was Thizzle. That's when we first kind of heard a lot about St. Louis. It's a dude called Jason and Thizzle. And talking about their music was gritty, man. I remember Daddy loved it, man. Daddy loved, especially Thizzle, because he was gritty the way he rapped, man. And so he come from the street, so Daddy could respect street dudes, you know what I'm saying? And so the way that he rapped, like I said, he was a Christian rapper, you know what I'm saying? The way that he rapped, man, his beats is cold. That was right before the drill scene came in. It was like 2010-ish, 2011, you know what I'm saying? And so Daddy used to bop him in the car, man, because the way he would rap, you feel me? But St. Louis always had like that gritty sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we even was watching like a little. They did like a little documentary. The little Jason dude did a documentary on like what it was like growing up in STL, and he kept saying that he was like he even said yeah, it was bad. He said it was all bad. He said yep. He said I was a gang member. We all fought. He said everybody on crack. And I believe it. So even this guy saying STL was kind of crazy. So I don't know. Hey, listen, Uncommon Woman. I know you love your city, but it's just things you gotta admit. It's like Mama. Mama do it with Lil, but she don't want to admit that Lil was that bad. I'm like, no, Mama, Lil was bad. It's like, no, it's not that bad. I'm like, no, that's because you live on the outskirts. I'm like, go to the city. You live there. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. She be telling me, she'd be like, don't be trying to diss my city. I'm like, I'm gonna diss your city because y'all raised us here, so I'm gonna definitely diss it. I said, it's definitely bad, man. Like, that's why you move out. You go away somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And some people see that about San Antonio too. Like, hey, it's a lot of talented. Oh, I'm sure it is, yeah. Ain't Louis Armstrong from St. Louis? Oh, is that New Orleans? It's somebody from St. Louis, man. That's a musician. And not Sexy Red, it's another one, man. I can't think who it is, bro. Somebody from St. Louis. No, I said I'll stick to my Texas and Florida. Thank you very much. Like at least with Chicago's dangerous and it's crazy, but I said with Chicago, like there's so much to do there, you know what I'm saying? It's so big. So I'm like, it's a great city. You know, I don't really know about this. And then everybody was talking about East St. Louis. They said, yeah, don't go over there. They said that's like the worst. Like the worst spot. I think we did go to East St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. I love me Chicago, man. Shoot, I'm still trying to go to Old Block now. I think we was on like 79th and Essex, man. I mean, it looked kind of hood, but it wasn't like hood. It was like, you know, I mean, it was a bunch of niggas out there, but I'm like, it didn't look like, you know what I'm saying, the trenches. It was kind of maintenance, you know what I'm saying? And then we did see that it was a big old squad car, police officers. They got out. It was like 15 of them. They got out. I was like, oh, man, what they doing there? No, we was driving down the street. I will say we was driving down the street because we had a truck out there. We heard a big old boom. I said, hey, man, where we at? I said, get down. I said, yes, Old Block. We used to go to Chicago all the time. That was back in 2015. So that's when the drill scene was kind of like at its peak. You feel me? I saw the homie on the drums. He was big into like the drill scene. Like he knew who a lot of people was. So he kept saying Lil Herb. That's before he was called G Herbo. He kept saying Lil Herb. I said, Lil Herb and Spices. Like, who's that nigga? He said, nah, Lil Herb. I said, Lil Herb who? I thought he was talking about like herbs and spices. I was like, who's Lil Herb, bro? I didn't know who that was. And so he was talking about, and so we were like, yeah, we in Chi-Town, man. So we about to go to Old Block. I didn't know what Old Block was at the time because it was before it was like big, you feel me? And then when we found that out, I was like, man, how far away are we? I was like, let's go to Old Block, cuz. I said, yeah, we not from 63rd. Hold on. Hey, man. I said, I'm about to go there. I was about to go to Inglewood over, man. Go to Inglewood, hang with the Vice Lords. I'm not gang affiliated. I don't know nothing about those gangs, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have, like I said, we have like Blood and Crip and Louisville. We don't have like, for some reason, Chicago and all of them skipped over us and went to like Memphis and St. Louis and Indianapolis and Mississippi. Like they went to all them places, Columbus, Ohio. Like they skipped us. Like we ain't got no GDs, no Vice Lords. We ain't got no Lat Kings. We ain't got no 2-6. No Spanish Cobras, man. We ain't got no La Raza. We ain't got none of that, bro. Like they just all skipped us. No Black P Stones, no Mickey Cobras, none of them. I got a friend from she at our church. She's from the Robert Taylor homes. That's like the second Cabrini Green. That's just as bad. And she told us, she said, yeah, it's not what you think. She said, bro, we found dead bodies in the hallway all the time, man. She said, like going to school, we see dead bodies, having to walk over them all the time. She said it was bad, like it was bad. I said, dang, bro. I told her, I said, have you ever been in Cabrini Green? She said, nah. She said, nah, we ain't go over there. I was like, yeah, it's bad. Like she's one of our nicest members, but don't get it twisted. She's with it. She's from the streets. She was like, yeah. She said, look, I got her husband crazy. He's the one that know daddy. He's crazy. But even I told him, I said, hey, was daddy really crazy like that? He said, bro. He said, bro, your daddy was crazy, man. It's how he talking so dramatic. He said, bro, your daddy was crazy. Wasn't a punk about that, man. You feel me? Yeah, it is. I already got like mixed income townhomes over or whatever. I always said it. I said if I would have seen that, man, I said if I would have seen like the demolition of that, or even been in that same vicinity, I said I probably would have cried, man. I ain't gonna lie. I said how many of our black souls was that were lost, man? How many of our black brothers was out here dying, man? A whole killing field, man. They had a whole killing field over it, man, for nothing, man. They died for nothing, dude. Oh, that hurt me, man, when I seen it. I said, bro, there was so many murders over there. They died for nothing, man. Them brothers got killed for nothing out there, dude. Crazy, dude. I'm talking about Black Lives Matter. I said, boy, it would have definitely mattered if I would have went out there. I was like, dang, dude. That blood is still on that ground crying, man. How many of them brothers died out there for nothing? All over a tower they didn't own, man. All over a block they didn't own. Look what they did. Threw them out and put white people in there. They deaths meant nothing at all, bro. That hurt, man. And then they just move them and relocate them to another spot, and they doing the same thing. And then pretty soon, white people gonna see a Starbucks they want to put in their corner and throw them Negroes out there, and they gonna be dying for nothing, bro. That's all it is. They just dying for nothing. That stuff hurt me, man, when I see that, bro. It's the same in Louisville. Like even Daddy's old hood, man, that was the worst spot in the city. Like they tore that down and did the same thing that Cabrini Green they did over there. Just put new town income homes over there. You feel me? Crazy. They pretty much tore down most of the hoods in the city. I mean, still hoods, but like the projects. And so all they do is migrate everybody to one end. You feel me? And that's why all they did was push them over to the West End. That's why the West End is the most violent spot, the most dangerous spot you can go, because everybody over there is over there now. We got one that's still up. That's the last projects like in the city that's like that, that's built like those. It's called Park Hill. Park Hill's terrible. That's always been bad, man. It's always been bad. That's why I said they need to start changing a lot of stuff that they do, because that's why I said I'm like, until we understand that we are our own worst enemy, man, it's always gonna be like it, man. Said from Chicago, you definitely gotta be with his shoe. It's the same as Louisville. That's why I said, like, bro, Louisville's worse. I'm telling you, the murder rate in Louisville is worse, man. It's worse. Because Louisville's smaller. He said, I met a dude who got some homies in Chicago. He said, dude, Louisville's so bad, they call us Baby Chirac. He said they be calling us little Baby Chirac because of the deaths that go on there all the time, dude. We get like 200 murders a year, man. And we are like 20 times smaller than Chicago. The murder rate is higher there than it is in Chicago, man. At least Chicago's big, so of course you got on one side, you got the niggas over here, and then you got the Mexicans over here. You know what I'm saying? Then even they got the white people, they got the white gangs over there, they got the mob, you know what I'm saying? They got all type of stuff. Like Louisville, you just got mainly Negroes. I'm like, bro, this is crazy, man. Like 200 murders or more a year. Crazy. This is a real problem. And that's why I said the projects are gone. A lot of the projects are gone. It's just hoods and neighborhoods now. You feel me? Stuff crazy. I would have liked to see those little towers though in real life though. I would have loved to see those. Hold on, y'all. Bring me this. $1,000, bro. St. Louis busting y'all heads, bro. I told y'all need to move, bro. Listen, I said for the price that I'm living here, they was trying to charge me that same price living in Louisville. The same price that I'm paying here in somewhere luxury area, it's the same price they was trying to charge me in Louisville to live next to the dirty Ohio River that look like toilet water, cuz. I said I can pay. I said if I'm gonna pay that price, I'm gonna just pack it up and move down here. Ain't nobody in the world gonna be living in Louisville for no $1,300 a month. Man, please. At least with the rent here, the rent's like $1,250 a month. You feel me? But I said, but look at everything that I get, man. You ain't even going nowhere, man. I said, this is the first. That's why I said this is the first nice place I've ever lived at in my life, man. But I said because I wanted to make a change. I wanted to live somewhere better. You live in Louisville paying $1,200 a month and you still ain't got nothing on the block, cuz. crazy. That's why I said I'm like, dude, just move somewhere better. I tell everybody like, bro, just relocate, move somewhere better. There's plenty of places in the world you can go, man. You know what I'm saying? I said at least with Chicago, like, yeah, they got a lot of hoods, but they got a lot of nice places there too. I don't think there's no nice place in St. Louis, man. There ain't no nice place in Louisville. So I'm like, yeah, you don't need to be there. Just move. Go somewhere else. People really be trying to make it work in that god awful city, man. Just, oh no, see, there's a great place. If you go to the Highlands, like, bro, I don't want to go to the Highlands. I just want to move. Just move. I don't want to stay and salvage the city, man. Just go to another city. Like, what's wrong with that? The thing with St. Louis, I believe, and Louisville too, and Memphis, is that they all small. Everybody gonna run into everybody. That's why the violence is so big, because everybody, you're gonna see people you don't want to see. You're gonna run into ops. You're gonna run into exes. Like, that's why I said, at least here, like, I've only talked to 2 people since I've been out of San Antonio. I've not seen them niggas again since. And that was 2 years ago. I said the day that we stopped and didn't like each other no more, I've not seen any of them niggas since. I said every time I was in Louisville, somebody that I used to talk to, I seen them almost every other day or every week, because the city is so small. You're going to run into them at Kroger. You're going to run into them at Walmart. You're going to run into them at the store, at that little place that everybody go at. You're going to run into them there. Versus here, the city is huge, so the odds of you running into one person out of 1.7 million people that live here is very low. I ain't had to see nobody again if I don't want to see them. You know what I'm saying? So you live in a nice place. Where is that at? Is that on the outskirts of St. Louis? I'm really listening. Again, I'm not trying to dish your city. I'm not. But I'm just going off of what I've seen. And then, like I said, people that was from there that told me, they was like, nah, they was like, it is kind of like it. And they was like, look. And that's why they always say, if you ain't from there, then don't just be going there wandering around, because you can get yourself in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I decided to move, man. Everything better and bigger in Texas, man. Real talk, no diddy. I'm like, literally, everything really is better here, man. The cost of living is better. I said the only thing I can say, the wages, you know, it depends on if you work one of these jobs, the wages is a little lower than it is probably up north. I said, but that's because the cost of living is so cheap. And then on top of it, when you come here with your own business and your own money, you good. So what I'm doing, I'm like, hey, I'm straight, cuz. I'm straight. This is my dream place. I really believe I live in the best city in the United States, man. I really think San Antonio is one of the best cities in the United States. Besides the heat, I said it's an ideal place for everything, man. You want to escape gun violence and violence, come here. You trying to get moved from your past, far away, perfect here. We almost by Mexico, cuz that's how far we are. Like, when you come out here, my closest relative is my brother, and he's still a good 4 hours away in Dallas. You far away when you come out here, cuz. You want to start a new life and go somewhere where don't nobody know you? Here you are. You want to be around a lot of people? Come here. You want to be around not a lot of people? Come here. It's a place for every and anybody. It's a place to get around people and not get around people at the same time. Nobody's sweating you. Nobody's crowding nothing. Even the traffic is not even that bad. It's bad traffic sometimes, but it's not as bad. The people are super friendly. Everybody here is cool. The food is outstanding. Like, I haven't even tried a 64 for the restaurants out here, dude. And I've been here for 2.5 years, so I haven't even tried half the stuff out here, cuz. I don't think people understand. It's like, dude, I told you I wanted better, man, so I moved. I worked my tail off, man, the whole entire year, man. Made my money, spent my money moving. Came down here and was living like a king, man. That's why I said, I'm like, I was going through a little breakup at that time, you know what I'm saying? So it was a little tough. But I was like, it's good. I said, it's good that we broke up. It was good that we stopped talking, because I'm like, I don't want nobody from Louisville. I don't want nobody from that putrid city, man. That defeats the whole reason of me moving. Oh, we got a connection. Okay, we had a connection for a little bit. But I said, but I really didn't want to continue to do what we was doing, too, because I was like, I didn't really want to do the whole traveling back and forth, at least in Louisville. I mean, one thing if it was like Chicago, or if it was like, you know, New York or something, I said, this is Louisville, man. You live here. And I even told her girl, I said, look, you live here. I'm sorry, man, but I can't get with somebody that live here. That defeats the whole purpose of me moving. I want somebody from another place. I can't be with somebody that's from the same city as me. I didn't really mess with, again, I didn't mess with black women in Louisville because we all were kin. And I'm like, I didn't want to be with one of them there because they wasn't even that attractive in that city. Every time we went somewhere else, we went to Chicago or Indianapolis or somewhere, they all looked better. It was always like, Louisville has like something in their water. Like, everybody look weird, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I can't get with somebody that looked like that. I'm like, I'm like, no, it's not my type. I kept telling Pops, man. Pops kept asking me. He was like, where you want to go? I told him, man, right before he died, man. I was like, man, I'm trying to get out of here, man. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying this for over a decade, man. But I told him for years, I said, bro, I'm trying to get out of the city. He said, where you want to go? And I had friends at the time that was in Chicago. And I said, I think I want to go to Chicago because I didn't really like nowhere up north. But I said, I don't care. As long as it ain't Louisville, man. I said, I'm trying to get out of here. He said, okay, well, if you want to go up north, you know, just decide what you want to do and whatever. And I was about to do it. I was like, well, maybe not Chicago. I said, maybe I go to Nashville. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, I'll probably go somewhere like Indiana. I'm like, no, I don't want to go there. I was like, no, if it's Chicago or nothing, I ain't doing it, you know? And then that's when I was on Texas. I said, I'm trying to go to Texas. And right before I was going to decide where I was going to move, I was literally about to say where I wanted to go, man. As soon as I did that, man, Daddy died, bro. Right before I even got to say it. You feel me? Because even he was trying to get out a little. He didn't want me there. Like, and as much as he wanted us to be in Louisville, like I said, he kept trying to downplay how bad Louisville was. Even he started to see how Louisville was bad. He started to see that. So I'm pretty sure, I think he kind of wanted us to get out of there. He was like, he didn't want us to really stay there. I wouldn't want my kids to stay there. Man, I regret ever. I said, dude, the only reason my kids will be in Louisville when I have kids is to go see mama. If mama ain't already moved out of Louisville at that time, I said that's the only reason that I will bring them back to that putrid city. I will not bring my child 1 inch within the cross line of the West End. I don't even want them there downtown, dude. You don't understand how bad, like, bro, that mentality there is bad. I really think Louisville has a deadly spirit, a deadly dumb spirit over it, because everybody there dumb. I do not want to raise my kids in that place, dude. I don't want my kids, what's up, bro? I don't want my kids in that region. That whole Midwest or mid region, I don't like it. I no. That's why I say if it's not Chicago or New York, I don't want my kid nowhere near that region. Which, again, those places ain't that better. But I said, but those cities are good, popular cities. I mean, those are good tourist attractions. Ain't no tourist attraction in Kentucky. It's something about that mid-range. Like, people in Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky is just, like, all dumb. I don't like that whole Missouri area. I don't like that Tennessee area. I don't like none of that, man. Like, I don't want anywhere near there. I want to go somewhere either further south or I was trying to go further out west. You know what I'm saying? I cannot bring my child here, man. I said, I will not bring my kid in this city, man. It is terrible. Extremely. Even my sister them said it because, you know, they live in Costa Rica. She was like, I don't want to raise my kids there because she said, I don't want my daughters to experience this racism stuff because they biracial. She said, I don't know what I'm going to do if somebody does that to my kid. And I said, well, good, don't bring them to Louisville because the first people for white people do is going to be niggas. They the main ones that be talking. Niggas be on the side retirement too. It ain't just white people no more. I said, y'all stay there. Costa Rica is extremely diverse, so nobody care about the color stuff. Unlike here, they do. Chicago's super diverse. Louisville is super diverse. I'm sure St. Louis is super diverse. Memphis is super diverse. Everywhere up here in this freaking region is super diverse. That's why all we knew was white and black. All we knew was white and black growing up. What's up, bro? So all we knew was white and black growing up, man. Because that's where we was. Wasn't no bunch of white people where we lived at. We lived in the West End growing up. I'm from the East End. I was born in the Shepherd Square. It was a hood over there. I'm from the East End. We mainly was raised on the West End though. All black, which is cool. That's mainly which actually was all white area first for white flight, and then it came all black. And so the only time we seen white people was when we went to school or when we crossed the bridge to go to Indiana. But where we lived there was all black, and then when we lived everywhere we lived in Louisville was it was so segregated, man. It was all black here, white here, black here, white here. A little hint of Hispanics, a little Puerto Ricans over there, and I was like, that was it. And then when we went to Indiana, extremely segregated, all white. Ain't no one black area, all white. You got 2 black families on that block, about probably the whole town. You feel me? And so when you go somewhere, like, we didn't know culture because that's all we knew was white and black, white and black, white and black, white and black. And then when you go to Florida and you see everybody else is diverse, everybody else is so big into different cultures and stuff, I'm like, we never seen that because all we knew was white and black. I didn't know there was Hispanic women. I didn't know there was Arabian women. All I knew was white girls and black girls. That's all we've seen. So dudes get tired of the black women, what they do? Go right up to the white women. Dudes don't like white women no more. Guess what? They go to the black women. Like, it's all they knew. It was just, it was super. I don't like that. Like, that's just, it was all white and black, man. Until you go somewhere else and you see there's Hispanic, there's all type of other people. You feel me? I didn't realize how big the world was, man, because I lived in that god awful city, man. You want your hopes and dreams to die? Go to Louisville, Kentucky. They'll die as soon as you get there. You want to live your life being about nothing? Perfect place to live. You want to find a place to get away from somebody. If you're on the run and somebody looking for you, go to Louisville. They will never find you in Louisville, Kentucky, because ain't nobody looking for that place. Nobody's looking to go there. It's not a place you want to be. Again, I understand mom and daddy did what they could. They raised us there because that's what we had at the time. I said, but now I get to do better. And I'm like, I don't want to raise my children in that city. And I'm glad that my brother them raising this kid in Texas, and my sister them is raising her kids in Costa Rica, because I couldn't imagine raising my child there, bro. If I do decide to stay in San Antonio, you know, if I ever meet my wife here, or, you know what I'm saying, like, wherever she might be, whoever she might be, all I know is on everything, she would not be in Louisville. She would not be in Louisville. I go to Destin Ministries. She won't be one of them. Girl probably don't even speak English. Like, who knows, man? All I know is wherever she won't, I would never raise my kids there. Again, I don't want my kids to see that, man. Like, death is becoming extremely normal. Louisville was not that bad since the 90s, man. Since 1996. Everybody had their biggest peak of murders in 1996 around the country. Louisville was off the charts, man. And it didn't get off the charts again until I think it was like 2015, 2017. And then ever since 2017, just goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And I'm like, how can you raise your kids in this? How could you? We just had something happen yesterday. They can't even have a back to school thing, man. Somebody, I think it was a woman trying to walk her kid to school. She got shot on the bus stop. They killed this woman just trying to take her kid to school. School barely just started. Bro, they killed this innocent black woman that was trying to walk her kid to the school. She got killed on the bus stop, cuz. What are you killing the mother for? What? Like, for what? I'm like, these are things I don't miss. Stuff happen all the time, man. Kids get shot on the bus stop all the time. Something happened like that a couple of years ago. It was so big, it made NBC News, dude. It was making like CNN, NBC News. Like, this is big time. Somebody did a drive-by, man, and gunned down to some kids on the bus stop. Like, this is like 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds. And that was where I used, bro, that was in the West End. That's where I used to catch my bus at. That was like one of the streets I used to catch my bus at to go to school. Because I still went to school over in the East End, but I had to catch a bus from the East End to the West, or a bus from the West End to the East End. You see how dangerous it is out there, man? You see how deadly it could be just trying to go to school? It happened in Louisville, of all places. Wasn't sweet, man. I told you, man, my area the areas we always lived at, man, it was dangerous. It was dangerous trying to go to school, man. We lived in the freaking hood. Dudes with ski masks over there all the time, man. It was a big blood Crip territory, man. I remember that's when everybody used to wear colors. See, they don't wear colors like that no more because it's not really that popular. Niggas was out there wearing colors, man. Red bandanas, blue shirts. That's when everybody was wearing them oversized. It was 2006, 2007 era. Everybody was wearing them big oversized dumb clothes. So they all wore the big oversized red shirts, the big oversized blue shirts. You knew who was who. Our church was in the East End at the time. That was big blood territory. They was over there. We moved to the West End, Crip territory. We lived in the West End, Crip territory. They have feuds and duels all the time over there, dude. Like, we lived there. That's why I kept saying one of the best places we lived was Indiana, because we didn't have to worry about none of that garbage. You had to worry about the white people that just was, you know, they might look at you funny. I would rather take a white person looking at me funny than a Negro trying to rob my pockets, cuz I could take a dirty look, because I can give it right back. I want to raise my children around that, man. I do not want my children to be raised around gorillas, dude. That ain't cool. I don't want my child seeing their first dead body before the age of 12, man. That ain't cool. All we seen was the police out there, man. Yellow tape, red tapes. Always something, man. Somebody get killed all the time. It's like, you get tired of that, man. That's why I said, like, nah, you ain't gonna downplay that with me. You ain't gonna downplay Louisville like it ain't that bad. That's why I said people cannot downplay St. Louis, Louisville, Memphis, Chicago, none of them. You're in a night like, no, 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 no. There's just some stuff that just really is facts, man. What's up, girl? Ariana. I do not want to raise my kids around that, you feel me? Like, I do not want my kids to be raised around death, violence, man, you feel me? I know everybody brag about being able, coming from the hood. Everybody brag about coming from Old Block and 63rd, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but to what avail, man? Your kids live there. It's what your child is seeing, bro. I saw something that was like little 3-year-old, 4-year-olds, man. They was walking around here they was claiming BD. And some little GD dude ran up on them. Dude, little boy throwing up gang signs, man, had a whole revolver. He had like a whole pistol on him, dude. We wasn't nothing but like 4 years old. I said, who's raising these kids, man? Like, why is that cool? Like, that shouldn't be what they should be worried about. They should be playing with super soakers, man. They should be playing with real pistols. You ain't gonna convince me that's no, hey, nothing over about that. Now, everywhere is crazy, man. Like, but that's just some places that crazier than others, you know? Yeah, Nerf guns. That's why I was like, it feels good to just go somewhere else, man, and start your thing. Like I said, San Antonio is my wave. And now I'm starting that, and I said, I can live anywhere in the world I want to. I choose to live here. And I said, I really do believe that you'll get married here to start a family here. This is a great place for that. Definitely a great place for that. I seen they did a list a while back. They said cities that's some of the most boring cities in the United States. Why is Louisville on every list? Every single list they do. Except with good stuff, Louisville's on every freaking list. They had San Antonio on the list. I'm like, San Antonio's not boring. San Antonio's great. It's a great city, man. It's too much to do. I haven't even did everything here. I'm like, I don't know what they talking about. They said the worst city to buy weed from is Louisville. They said cities with the most trash weed. Louisville's like number 3. Like, you trash if you buying your weed from Louisville. Like, you ain't got nothing good going on for you. Like, that's dirty. Niggas couldn't even get the California stuff, man. They got the Louisville. You ain't got no Colorado connections like nothing. Go get Louisville. Come on out here, it's good for business. The thing that Texas taught me about is that everybody's looking for everything. Somebody's looking to spend their money on something. Don't matter what it is, something. You know how much money you can make, man? That's why I said if I had a whole bunch of Mexican merchandise, I can go down to the little fiesta they be doing every year. It's a big old, it's like they Kentucky Derby. They do it every year around the same time. It's called Fiesta. And I said, boy, if I literally had that stuff, I said, I'll be selling all that out there all day because, again, people are looking to buy that type of stuff. Yeah, I heard about that. Muhammad Ali's brother just passed. That's crazy. I remember when Muhammad Ali did pass, man. I was on a plane coming back from Orlando. Ouch. No, that's why I said I'm about to do this. That's why I said, are you looking at your latest black woman entrepreneur? Like, I am a strong, independent black woman. So I said, I'm about to really get into business. Because I told you, when I listened to that black woman that taught on this stuff, man, she broke it down so good. And she was saying, everybody is looking for a service. What you do is a service. She said, it doesn't matter what it is. Somebody's looking for food, clothes, entertainment, music. Anything you can think of, somebody wants it. Again, like me. There are people in here right now, like y'all, that are sitting here and are watching me right now, that are entertained by me that much that y'all are sitting here watching me. Because y'all like what I do. Y'all like how I talk. Y'all like how I am. You know what I'm saying? And about the fact that y'all watching me is what makes me stay over and talk. Have a good stream, a good live. And you get money for it. You get paid for it. So I said, I'm giving you a service for a service. Everybody is looking for something. So I try to tell this old dumb idiot boy who's talking about I can't sell my music. I'm like, boy, that's a service, cuz. That's a business. So now next year we can't sell food to people that's not godly. That's because then they got the spirit of gluttony. We can't sell food and sweet treats to people because they don't know how to contain their sweet tooth. It's gonna make them have gluttony. So now it's your fault if you sell it to them because they're gonna use the food wrong that you sold to them. That make it make sense, man. I'm so tired of these dumb, deep, weirdo Negroes. I'm like, ugh. That's why I said black women know what they talking about. Black women know what they talking about. Don't ever listen to a dumb, idiot Negro, man. Like, if he don't know what he talking about, he don't know what he talking about. See, I'm not a Negro man sometimes. I said, so I understand what I'm talking about. Darby know what he talking about. Byron Golden know what he talking about. People that know the game, they know what they talking about. A Negro man who, again, don't own nothing, don't got nothing, is a nobody that watches Darby all day. He don't know nothing. That's why he watching Darby. Don't ever listen to him. That's why he's a Hebrew Israelite, because he don't know nothing. If that was the case, we couldn't do nothing for a service because everything that we do would be given to somebody worldly. We can't start a food truck now because, you know, people, they don't know God, so we can't sell to people that don't know God. Well, we can't sell them a good turkey leg, you feel me? No, I can't say this Mexican flag, homie. You don't respect my Lord and Savior. I can't make no money off of this. Like, if that was true, we would make no money. If we base friendships and connections off of people that ain't Christian, we wouldn't have no friends or no nothing. So now we can't talk to the landlord that we interested in buying a house because the landlord is not a Christian. I can't buy a house with you cuz you don't rock on my JC, you feel me? That makes no sense. And that's why Jesus had to tell them fools, give to Caesar what is due to Caesar. Whose face is on that coin? Caesar's. Give to Caesar what's due to Caesar. Caesar wasn't a Christian, but Caesar still demanded his tax money. Give them your tax money, idiot. See what I'm saying? Don't ever listen to a fool. Don't ever listen to a fool, y'all. Ain't no woman coming. That's why ain't the women coming over doing this. That's why I said black women are the smartest. Black women are the ones that own everything. Black women pulling up in BMWs and Mercedes and talking about she got properties and everything. Nigga ain't got none of that. Like, you sitting there trying to quote Darby all day. Yeah, because you don't know nothing, buddy. It's only the nigga men. Nigga man. Nigga man. Nigga. I remember you telling us that story. I remember that. Like I said, it's the same if you go to the job site. You might work with gay people. I said, you might not necessarily agree with them or you might not necessarily like them. I said, but does that mean that we can't do the job together? No, that just means we're doing a job. They don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with them, but let's get our job done because we're working for a team. So we can go home early. I'm not a person that's like, oh, I can't touch that box because they gay. They touched it. It's like, dude, we doing a job. As long as you don't touch me, as long as you ain't trying to come on to me while I'm trying to work, then we're not going to have issue. When you want to know the truth or you want to know something about me, I'll tell you. Until then, I'm not in everybody's face all day. You don't do that. You don't go to work to witness to people. You go to work to do a job. They're not paying you to preach. They're paying you to work. That's why you see them idiots that do that and they get fired and laid off from every job they've ever gotten because they think they deeper than the boss. A woman that they can't listen to because she's a woman. I'm like, well, then why are you working here? You women right, man. Some of these men is dumb. It's like y'all niggas is stupid. Ain't no, they be like, the American white man is the worst. And so is a Hebrew Negro is the worst too. They all act the same. I heard Mexicans say this about their men. They said they men do the same thing. I heard Dominicans say this about their men. They do the same thing. I heard Cubans say this about their men. They do the same thing. Whenever a man can't deal with themselves, this is what they do. We see the women that can't deal with themselves. Look what they doing. And so I said, now let's see it on the men too, because they doing it too. And you want to be deeper than thou. Now, the women are not telling me I need to preach. It's the men that's telling me I need to preach. Because they idiots. They don't know nothing, so of course they gonna talk like an idiot because you're an idiot. The women love my music. They love me doing the music. Congrats, brother. They call me Brother Darby a lot. They look, congrats, Brother Darby. I love that. You know, congrats, Steve. I love the music. Ain't no Negroes doing that. When you gonna pick up the NFA, cuz? Never. How about that? Never. The Negroes want the word. The women want the music. Ow. I don't want to be deep stuff. That's why I said it's always, again, Listen to people that got knowledge. Myron Golden said this. He said the same thing. The black woman I watched said the same thing. So why am I gonna listen to a Hebrew boy that watched Darby Ministries who don't know nothing, which is why he watching Darby Ministries? He doesn't know anything. But he ain't got more than probably $10 in his account. That's why he keeps sending $2, because he ain't got nothing. I'm not listening to people that don't know nothing, man. I'm listening to people that know stuff. And the woman said, you got a service, man. Everything you do is a service. I was literally talking about doing digital marketing. Didn't even know what digital marketing was. They said selling music online is digital marketing. I was doing digital marketing the whole time and didn't even know that was digital marketing. So I said, technically, I'm a digital marketer. Didn't even know a digital good is selling music. Anything that's online, anything that's of a wave file or it's an electronic service is a digital marketing. And I was doing it the whole time and was talking about I wanted to get into that and didn't even know I was even doing it. I didn't even know. Your baby's good. Listen, I'll put him out there in STL. Hey, listen, he's a nigger proof. He nigger proofs your home. Niggas are scared of dogs. That's one thing. If it's anything they're scared of a dog. But no, that's why I said, like, that's, again, see, you in your own field. It said Jesus was a carpenter. Does that mean that he sold to everybody that was Christian? There was no such thing as really Christianity yet because he didn't die yet. There was no Christian thing. He like, hey man, you can't sit at this table I grabbed him because you ain't right. He even said he ate with sinners, dude. That's that old Judas nigga. Oh, we could have gave that to the poor. That's why you could have gave that beat to me, Steve. You can't sell to other people. I could have used that. I could have made you rich. Nigga, you got no money. And it said Judas cared not for the poor. He cared because he wanted that bread. And so Judas Iscariot, Iscariot, NASCAR Negro. Like, listen to this idiot. It's always one of them type of Negroes. Like, boy, you are not deep. You do not know the word. That's why when you say the word, you suck at it. You can't sell to people. Then how are we supposed to make money? So now because we Christian, we got a baking business. We got to give everybody free treats. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to Walmart, order about $100 worth of stuff and say, oh, well, hey, you know, I'm Christian, man. I got a fly business. And see, I think what would really be fly is if you let me take this one on the books, man, you know, because our Lord and Savior, he loves us all, right? And I'm trying to give the treats to the world, right? So see, what you got to do, homie, is you got to let me slide with this free ticket here because, you know, it's for the Lord and Savior's work. It can be all for the Lord and Savior's work. It still costs money. They gonna look at you like, nigga, get out of line. That's why Jesus had a money bag, because he had to pay for his ministry. He had to pay for stuff, dude. Did the people he got the mule from and the people that he paid to be on the boats, was they Christian? I'm so tired of niggas. I'm so tired of Negroes. Oh my Lord, bro. No, you can't make this up, man. He like, see, I see what's fly is. I think what's fly is you let me off the hook with this. Like, nah, I'm gonna do that. If there's gonna be niggas in the judicial system, like, you know what, cuz I think it's fly if y'all let me pass with this attempted murder charge, because technically I ain't kill him, but you know, I'm trying to, our Lord and Savior said turn on the cheek, man. So I need to turn on the cheek and let me go. It's like, nah, it don't work like that. Like, no, that didn't work. They had prisons back in Jesus' day, and they had to go to prison when they did something wrong. It don't work like that. Oh, wow. Oh, that's what's up. Okay, look at you. You passing out the flies, girl. You doing a big stuff. Look at you. The youngest black entrepreneur. That's what's up, man. Yeah, let us know how it goes. Put some pictures in the chat. How'd it go? Oh, little dumb boy, NBA dumb boy won't be able to see him because he ain't over here no more. He can't see people's success, man. Again, according to him, everybody's not godly enough to make money off of. I say, you know who ain't godly? People like you. Claiming them to be wise, they became fools. Idiot. We can't. I said, man, y'all, as Christians, y'all, we can't make no money, dude. As Christians, we got to be broke. We all got to drive a 74 Buick. We all got to be lame. We all got to be slaves. Like, nah, man, I'm tired of that, bro. Like, buddy said, you can't make no money off your rap. So Judas Iscariot, Negro. What were you? That's the same buddy talking about, is it me, Lord? Is it me, Lord? Well, obviously, it's you. Bro, literally, I was doing digital marketing and didn't even know it's what it was. And I was sitting there trying to study stuff. Like, come on, man. I didn't even have to study something that I was already in. And I told God, give me wisdom, and God gave me wisdom. And I said, God, bring clients in my life that's serious about my craft. I said, bring clients. And God brought the clients. So if I'm praying to God to bring the clients, and he brings the clients because of a service that I'm doing, then how is it not godly to sell to people? You cannot make this up. I'm seeing abundance in my life because I prayed on it the last couple of months. I literally prayed. I said, God, bring people here. He brought the people here. So if it's not godly, then where are these people coming from? You dumb, dopey, dumb, seven dwarfs, dumb, doop, doop, dumb boy. The NBA dumb boy at his finest. That shows dumb boy doesn't know God. Dumb boy only knows dumb boy activities. See, when I tell y'all, don't let nobody speak to y'all when it comes to God. Don't ever let people do that because they don't know. See, he didn't even know I was even praying on this. He didn't even know I was even praying on this, and God was literally answering my prayers. See, because Buddy don't pray and don't read his word, and he watches Pastor Darby too much, he thinks he knows. And that's why he ain't have nothing but $4 away. He sent 2 each. Because he wasn't one of my clients that I prayed for. I prayed for clients, and I said, and I watched that woman when she was talking. She said, you can pray for clients, but you still got to do the work for clients to come to you. So I did the work, and God brought the people who saw my work. The people who saw the work. These live streams are work. That's work. Shout out to MBell. MBell was over here. She saw my work, and she was pointing out old live streams while I did the music. And I said, that was a client that God brought. That was somebody that God brought when I was praying for. That's one. Somebody else says, hey, man, I need a background song for my music. That's one. LG was another one. I need a background song for my stuff. That's one. Somebody else, hey, I need a background song for my stuff. That's another one. They all coming at the same time. Somebody just hit me yesterday. Hey, man, I need something else. Hey, man, I need this. I got my artists doing this. Everybody's coming to me with an abundance of music. Where are these people coming from? Oh, man, I thought God wasn't going to bless my music. I can't sell to nobody. Who are these people he's bringing? I said, get this talking, walking jigaboo off my page. Get him off of here. Buddy is obsessed with Darby. Get him off my page, dude. You a freak. Hold up. Amen to that uncommon woman. You tell him. See, a common woman knows. You know why she knows? Because she's uncommon. And she's a woman. Yeah. See, I know y'all know because y'all, like I said, y'all from the real places. Y'all, you know, y'all from STL. Buddy's probably from like, man, nigga probably from like Boise, Idaho or something. Nigga talking about, hey man, it's hard out here. Nigga, you around potatoes. Like, shut up. Dude live in places like little Stockton, California or something. They ain't got running water. Shut up. That's why I say y'all see why I troll so much on stuff like that when people keep saying what God gonna do. You don't know what God does, bro. I literally prayed on this. That's why I feel so good, because I prayed on this for a long time. I prayed on this for a long time. Literally around this time of night, about a couple of months ago, I was out here hollering at the top of my lungs, doing my night walk hollering. And I said, God, I don't trust nobody, but I trust you. And I said, I know you're going to do it. You're going to bring it. It's all in your time. And I'm going to sit back and let you do it. I said, I'm going to do the work. I said, I'm still do the work because I know you don't like lazy. I said, but I'm going to trust you with what you do. And sure enough, God did it. But the next day I had a panic attack. I had an anxiety attack because I was working up myself too hard. I was getting frustrated. I was doing too much. And that was God's way of saying, boy, calm down, dude. Calm down, Steve. You're doing too much. It's good to work, but you're doing too much. Turned it on Wednesday night live stream. They was talking about Psalms 23. My homie hit me up, said, hey, I'm going to the cafe. You want to come? I went there. They was also talking about Psalms 23. I was talking about abundance. They was like, I was thinking about abundance this morning too. We was all on one page of synchronicity. Is it funny or is it funny? And then when I slowed down, I saw God moved. And the thing I was worried about, God touched it and took care of it. And then he started using people to bless me and take care of it. I've seen his blessings so many times back to back to back. A little bitty drummer boy is not going to convince me of what he think God gonna do. Idiot. And that's why the Bible says, heathen, fool. In today's terms, we would say NBA dumb boy. That's what we would call him. Negro, that's what we would call him. If you listen to anybody that interpret a word, please do not listen to a Negro. Please don't. We all gonna be broke and miserable. Don't forget that. And still talking about white people. You can't bamboozle me. I prayed for this. I said, help me, don't even know I prayed for this. That was the funniest part. So when it started happening, I wasn't even really surprised because I said, well, I do believe I serve an almighty God, right? Like, he does move in on your behalf, right? Did you believe it or did you not? And so when he started moving, I said, okay, this is God's connection. This is God doing this. And then I look, I said, oh, I got some sales. I got people that's doing. I met a guy that told me he wanted to get in. He just got out the industry. And he was like, hey, man, so I'm looking for some stuff for my projects. But it was like, hey, man, send me all your best stuff, man. He said, hey, anybody you need beats from? He said, let me know. I said, I can hook you up with anybody you need to get hooked up with, man. He said, I know people that looking for music right now. That was a prayer. Here comes so Darby freak. You can't sell to people. It's not godly. Like he would know what godly is. I said, well, how dare you refute the word of the Lord that he's been doing for me lately? How dare you? Little fake prophet, little Beelzebub, little Negro, all fly. I can't stand niggas, man. That's why I said, stop running your mouth, man. Y'all run your mouth too much. Get rid of niggas that talk. And y'all see, that's why I make the occasional jokes when I say when a white man interpreted God, they actually know how to make it work. Negroes interpret God, boy, like they just mad because they can't get no dough. Everybody kept coming to me with this, somebody came here talking about some Miss Titus nigga, some fat woman that was making videos on Darby. Talking about, she said something about your dad. I was like, well, how many views she get? How many views did daddy get? Okay, daddy get more. Okay, he gets money in his death. She don't. So, believe when I tell you, ain't nobody watching her. Sticks and stones may break your bones. There's always going to be something to offend a Negro. Don't matter what you say. Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. That is one of my favorite sayings. Offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. I told you yesterday, I said, only a Negro think they know what God gonna do. And they the only ones that think they know what Target want. It's like every time something goes on, a Negro think they have a spokesperson for everything. We got boycott Target, boycott every store. We gotta be scared when they say God's gonna do something. And I'm like, and then everything they say never comes to pass. They boycott Target and all the white people go to Target. Now they talking about Chick-fil-A. You done lost your mind because the nigga ain't boycotting nothing with Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A can call me a nigga from here to Cancun. I would still be out there buying their iced coffee as a nigga. I like Chick-fil-A. And until otherwise, I won't buy nothing else from them. I would choose not to spend my money with them because I don't like them personally. I'm not going to spend my money with them because a bunch of niggas is outside hollering at them. Nigga, please. Get a... My bad. Said, why she gotta be fat? Because I'm pretty sure she is. I have no idea what she even looks like. I don't even know who Miss Titus or who anybody else is. But when I confirmed it, they was like, well, you know, she is ugly. I'm like, obviously she's ugly. Anybody that makes slander videos, they're not pretty people. You don't see the Kim K's doing this. You don't see the Nia Longs doing this. You only see a certain ugly woman or a certain ugly dude that nobody wants. You seen a dude that said something about me, he's an ugly man. Like, yeah, he gonna say something because he's an ugly man. Nobody's looking at him. If Buddy looked like Chris Brown and less like a cheddar biscuit, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't say nothing about me. Dude like somebody's black mama. Hold on, y'all. I'm going inside. I'm gonna get my water and come back out. We are all out of funny drink. Hold on. Just the code. Hold on, I'm gonna say it when I get in the crib. Hold on. Say that. Can you hear me? What I'm drinking here is a mixture of lean and nah, nah, it's just strawberry lemonade. Hold on, let me get in the house. Signal always messes up when I'm on the elevator. My shoes are still white. I see. Let's keep it that way. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. 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 Ah. Oh. Hold on. You did not just call me Sarge. Hold up, yeah. Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to enjoy this. I was about to say warm air conditioning. This cool air conditioning. Move, boy. Apparently, to some dudes, the Lord can't bless you no matter what. So. No, I drank my Minute Maid. I got some in here. It's, you know, it's a little bit. It's gonna do for tonight because I was throwing clothes. Hold on, let me get my battery. Oops. Hold on. Sit down, dude. Have a seat. We won. What's wrong? Hold up, 1 second. Ain't I handsome? Ain't I handsome, man? Have you listened to the Tally Creator album? Nope. I never really listened to Tyler the Creator's music that much. I just wear his song every now and then. He's more of a West Coast style. I'm not really a West Coast fan. I just don't like the sound, bro. I saw something where Tyler the Creator was doing a freestyle at the studio with Flex and them. And so he can rap, man. He got a lot of cool rhymes, man. But then he got into, Tyler, he's like gay. So he started doing some raps. He said, yeah, look at Flex, looking so good. He said, look at I kiss it. He said, I hit it, I spit it. Flex looking good, come get it. I was like, nigga, stop. So Flex was like, nah. He said, pause. He said, nah. He said, it ain't me, man. It ain't me. He said, I'm gonna take Flex back to the hotel room. He said, nah, don't do that. He said, no, it's not a metaphor. He said, nah, Flex, why you playing so hard to get? You know I can't quit. Come on, Flex, come and get it. Like he was making Flex mad, uncomfortable. So Flex got up and walked away. He said, hey, I'm done, man. He said, I quit. But the rhymes was cold. I said, bro, if these wasn't Ayo bars, that would have been cold. I was like, dang, cuz that was extremely Ayo. But Tyler can rap. He can rap. It's just like he's just really he's just funny though. So people's like, I don't know whether to nod my head to this because it's fire or just like, hey yo, I shouldn't listen to this. Like, he said, cause you're my earthquake. You're my earthquake. That's my song though. He said when niggas be talking about I don't care about that girl no more. He said niggas at 4 a.m. in her DM, don't leave, it's my fault. We all done did that before. I act like I was hard too until she left. I said, oh baby, please, can we talk again? We all done been there. I done been there before. Like I said, I had my moments where I was like, girl, I'll do anything. I love you. Hello. Like, girl done hung up on me and everything. Left me on red and all of that. I said, yep. Now when I realized I don't care, I'm a nigga. Yeah. Girls like niggas. I saw the respect they get. I said, I too will be a nigga. Get all the respect. Hold up. Ah. Keep my shoes white. Don't leave. It's my fault. That's my song. Say you're my earthquake. Boom. Say my earthquake. Hold up. Don't leave. It's my fault. Ah. You know, it's funny. I know this is unrelated, but I'm not I'm not a very. Uh-oh. I'm not like a really tall person. So, like of course I ain't like 6 foot. I know, like my friend is 6 foot. But got a lot of people that's like 6 foot or so. But the way you carry your demeanor, I remember somebody was asking me about that a while back. They was talking about your demeanor. Yeah, your demeanor is like pretty tall. Like I said, I'm very fitting for my size. You know what I'm saying? But I do kind of, I don't know. Like I always knew I wasn't gonna be the tallest. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made it forward with muscle. I started working out when I was like 13 because I was like, he said 5'3". But I knew I wasn't gonna be the tallest because So I said I was gonna work out and just make muscle. So I was swole when I was like 14 years old. I was swole. Like I was already big. I ain't have no gym membership or nothing, no weights or nothing. It was just all basic like workouts. Um, so at first I was like, I mean, growing up I was like 5'5", and then I went up to like 5'6". I'm about like 5'7" now, about like 5'7". So of course it ain't like that tall, but it don't matter. I said my demeanor is still like still big. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember being one time. I remember years ago, man. There was this girl. She was one of the only black girls I liked in Louisville because she wasn't from Louisville. She was from Chicago, but she lived in Louisville. And so, real quiet, soft-spoken. And so she said, I remember she was with this. We went somewhere. She was with this big old 7-foot nigga, man. This dude was huge, big old 7 foot. And so I said, oh, well, she's with, because she had liked me at first. So she said, oh, I'm with, she was with somebody at the time. And so my friend came and told me. She said, yeah. She said, come here. I said, why? She was like, she looking for you. I said, why? She was like, she want to talk to you. Like, she want to be with you. I said, but she's with. I said, I mean, I don't think they went with each other, but like, she was. I think it was one of her friends, but I think he was trying to like her like that. And she wasn't feeling him. I said, but he's like 7 foot. She said she don't care. She wants you. I said, a little bitty old 5'7" me. She wanted me more than a 7-foot nigga. I said, oh, I guess it does work out the wrong. I said, girl, you can't swap these looks. So yeah, buddy can't get you right like I can. Hold on. Y'all want to see how tall I am? Let me see. This is me. This is how tall I am. I am not taller than Steph. I'm about 4'3", 10 inches. Nah. I know y'all probably can't see. Hold on, I'm trying to see when y'all can see me. Hold on. I don't know how good this will do. Scared of what? Hold on. I just said it. I said I'm like 5'7". You didn't hear me say it? See, Negroes, y'all don't listen. I gotta say stuff like 20 times because y'all don't listen. I said like 5'7". Look, I don't know if y'all can see. I mean, you can't really tell that the camera angle. You can't really tell. It looks. I don't know. Woo! Gotcha. Let me set it up right here. Maybe on the ground it'll look better. Let me see. Hold up. Set it up this way. Yeah, everybody think I'll be like 6 foot. I'm really not, man. I'm like 5'7". Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not that tall, man. Tallness don't really run in our family like this. I'm like 5'7". I ain't that tall. I'm about the same height as Bryson Tiller. Like, we about the same height. That's why everybody kept mistaking me for him. They kept thinking we was Bryson Tiller because I'm like, we all look the same. Like, we was about the same height. Same height, same, I guess, allegedly to everybody else, we had the same look. I remember when he came in town back in 2017. I actually seen him when he came back in town in 2017. I was walking down the street, and there was a whole group of girls. I said, oh my God, Bryson Tiller. Black girl. I was like, girl, why would I be down here? They said, oh my God, what are you doing out here? I said, girl, I'm not Tiller. I said, if I was, do you think I'd be walking on this dark street by there? I was like, girl, please. That's how you get robbed. Tiller ain't that dumb. He ain't that stupid. I said, if I was Bryson Tiller, I would not be in Louisville. Believe me, that'd be the last place I'd be. That's why he got out of there, because he didn't want to be there. Hold on. He said, don't play with her, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding its logic. I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Don't let me just let her. Hey, that's my song. Don't. 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 Ross swear when he came out, everybody kept saying that, man. They kept saying that. They was like, bro, you look like Tiller. I feel like Joe did, because Joe had more of his hairstyle, you feel me? I didn't even know he's from Louisville, man. When I first heard it, it was a song. He said, I'm a Louisville. And I said, Louisville? And I said, hold on, wait, where are you from? And then I seen that he had the song 502 come up. That's their area code. That's what our numbers start with, 502, and then your number. The 502 come up, boy. He said, Louis Slugger with the hits. Knock him out the park. Like, bro, I used to let it. But you heard him say it in the song. He said, it's very rare for young black men to come up out of here, nigga. That's what he said. And it's true. And he said, everybody looking for a handout. I said, bro, it's like that, dude. It's really like that. See, even Tiller's telling you it's hard to come out that city. Daddy told you, I told you, everybody told you it's hard to come out of Louisville, man. You cannot come out that city with nothing for real, man. It's hard. He said, I'm from because he's from the south side. The south is the south end of Louisville. He's from there. So I'm not really from the south end, but I'm from the east end. And then we mainly lived on the west end. The south end now is more like where the Cubans be at. The Cubans and like the Mexicans, they be more on the south end now. Yeah, he said, baby, it's been that way. That's my song. Could it be you holding me down? It's a time and a place for all this. This is not the place for all this. Can we talk about it later? I need to right my wrongs. That's my song, boy. Bro, every time I ran into people in the city, I swear it, I'm not even joking. They literally did this. They said, you know who you look like? I said, Bryson Tiller. They said, yes, how do you know? I said, because I get this light twice a week. I get it like twice a week. So somebody pulled up their phone one time and they said, is this you? I said, no. I said, I could have lied. I could have been like, bro, it's one little nigga. He was high though. But he swore up and down. Bro, he was on a walking bridge. He swore up and down. He thought I was Bryson Tiller because I had a hat on and everything. He said, nah, cuz. He said, bro, I know you Bryson, man. He said, I know you Bryson. I said, cuz, I'm not. You just high. He said, bro, he said, I won't tell nobody if you tell me you Bryson. I said, bro, if I was Bryson, would I be in Louisville on a dark bridge by myself? I said, I shouldn't even be out here now. I said, bro, like, no, I'm not Bryson Tiller. I said, I wish. Bro, I got that so much, man. Everybody kept doing that. And so I got on the plane. And so the flight attendant, she said, you know who you look like? I said, Bryson Tiller. She said, how did you know? I said, because it's the same thing I get told every week, woman. Get in line. With you's where I belong. That's my song, boy. Or yeah. I was learning where he got a lot of his samples from, man. He done sampled Keith Sweat, Escape, all of it, man. Like, he was sampling all of that. That was a song he had, man. It was one. No Longer Friends, man. No Longer Friends was fire. That's my song. Talking about how she can't be friends with her nigga, with a dude no more that she used to know because her new nigga tripping or whatever. He said, man, what did he say in that song, man? Oh, it was a cold line he said too. I said, dang, that was cold, man, how you said that. And that was at the time I was making Trap So Beats. And so Joe said what he was doing. He said, dude, he was recording it and sending it to Bryson Tiller's Instagram, which of course, they're probably not gonna watch it. But I didn't even know he was even doing that. He had recently told me that. He said, yeah, I was recording it, man, sending it to him like, hey, man, this dude make trap beats. He's from Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been a cold collab for real, man. My music, like my Trap Soul music with his Trap Soul sound, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I was making music like it anyways. And so, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I actually did see him when he came to Louisville. He came to Louisville back in 2017. That was like when he was at his peak, you know what I'm saying? And that's when nobody really knew who her was. She was like the female Bryson Tiller. Nobody really knew who she really was like it. But she was there. She was always good. It's just she wasn't as big as she is now, you know what I'm saying? And then they had Metro Boomin was there. They had Travis Scott was there. Kendrick Lamar was there. Everybody, he had that song with Rihanna at the time. And so everybody thought Rihanna was her. Oh my God, Rihanna. I was like, man, forget that nigga. Like, I don't care about her. Like, I would have settled for DJ Khaled. We the best. Gatorade. Like, bring him out, bro. Hold on. But But yeah, I was like, man, shoot, I definitely would have collabed with dude, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a dude I know, man. Like a lot of people, they do know Bryson Tiller personally. You know what I'm saying? They know him and Jack Harlow, but you know Jack Harlow from Louisville too. And so him and Tiller did a lot of collabing. We got a rapper there, ESTG. I don't know if y'all know what it is, but he sounded like Yo Gotti now, with like Glorilla and them. He's on the same label, big time, super big. He be with 42 Doug and them all the time. Um, him and I think him and Jack Harlow was gonna do some music, but he said the FBI told them they was like stay away from dude because they was about to take his whole crew down. They took all of them down. They didn't take him down, but the law enforcement kept saying like stay away from dude because he's about to get in trouble. Like he's about to get it. Wow. Wow. He said, I think she loved me. He said, something tells me we ain't gonna last, baby. 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 You intuition has been telling you things that you never knew. Bro. I used to listen to that, bro. I even recently seen something with Tilly. He was like, he said, listen, I love the trap soul movement. You know, he said all of they said, but I don't really. He was kind of like that was just a wave at the time. He was like, he didn't really care about it like that no more. Mm. Like, that's a funny story. I ain't gonna tell you a funny story. I don't even want to tell you a funny story. Oh, nigga. I'll tell you one thing, man. So, my friend that told me, she was like, because that's when, again, Bryson Tiller's a Louisville native. So, whenever somebody come to Louisville, some Louisville people do support you. So, he had came to Louisville. So, my friend that told me, she said, it was a white girl at the time. And so she was like, she said, if I get these tickets, she got them in June. And so she was like, if I get these tickets in advance, she got the front rows. She said, if I get them in advance, would you want to go with me? And I was like, I said, yeah, I guess. I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so she told me we was going together. We was kind of like talking in that like talking stage or whatever. Oh, she was one of the worst people ever. She was one of the worst people. I ain't gonna lie. She was the one I realized when they say like, yeah, white girls do this too. I realized like, yeah, the white girls do this. She was one of the worst, man. And so, she had told me, she said, so the day before, keep in mind, this is like the night before. I'm like, oh, so you know what, we meeting up, like what we doing here? She was like, actually, I'm taking my other friend because, I wanna go with her. I said, but you told me you was taking me. Like you the one said you was taking me. She was like, well, we ain't really been talking that much. I said, we've been talking every day. What are you talking about? She said, well, I feel like that, you don't like me or you don't care about me, so I'm just gonna take I said, nigga, what? I said, what? And so she was acting strange like the whole week. I'm like, something wrong with this nigga. I'm like, is it somebody else? I said, baby, is it me? Is it somebody else? So I mean, I went off on this nigga. And so, cause she kept playing with me, dude. And so she was like, well, I'm taking my friend because, whatever, because she had an issue with me. And she was like, I already made my decision, no matter. I'm taking her. Oh, I went off on the phone. Oh, I let her have it. Oh man, I talk so crazy. I said, you know good, hand me down. Nasty, stinking Reese's monkey. Like, well, I was going off, boy. And so I said, you know what? It's okay. So I found another one of my friends, one of my good friends for a lot of years, man. Another white girl, she cool, man, super cool. She was going. And so I was able to get a seat next to where she was. So I told her, I said, yeah, I'll go with you then. I said, I'm gonna go with you. Tell me why this same white nigga was mad because I went with this girl instead. She said, oh, I see you was with your little hoe then. That's why I said women, you can't win. You can't win with women, bro. You can't win because you lost. You have lost. Oh my gosh, bro. I said, so you mad because you didn't want to take me in the first place. You said you was taking your friend. Then you mad when I go with somebody else. She said, well, obviously you had plans to go with them instead. I said, I did it, which is why I was trying to go with you, nigga. I was like, oh my gosh. She said, well, I didn't know that. I'm like, you don't know anything. I was like, that's why you do what you do. That's why you think you black, because you white. Like, this nigga's stupid. I said, I'm really convinced that something is wrong with some of these women. Like, bro. She was like, because it's always the girl that's pretty. She was another pretty white girl. She was mad about that. I said, man, they said black women do this. Only white girls do this too. White girls have white on white violence. They don't like this. Hold on. Oh my gosh, bro. You can't win. Hold on. Wait, I got to regroup. Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm like, so you mad if I am and you mad if I'm not, bro? Like, you got to be kidding me, cuz. She was like, what if she was weird for some more months, man? Cause she was like, well, I got to get front row, and I was like, I was more like in the top, bro. I was like, it don't matter. So I was like, we still, I had a good time with my friend, cause that's my friend. We was cool. And so I was like, we had a good old time. We was lit. I said we was having a good old time, bro. And I said I enjoyed going with her more than I would have went with this girl. Cause this girl was nasty, man. Like she was a nasty white girl. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like she was a nasty white girl. Like for real. Mm. So I said, I give you that, white women. That's your first demerit. Like she was a nasty one, nasty. You know, there was some type of white girls that think they black because they got a butt or something. I was like, that's really what she was like. Because she had a little butt or something. She thought she was black. She really did. She really thought she was black, bro. She was trying to braid her hair and everything. I was like, listen, I'm all for people being whoever. But I said, you ain't black just because you got a butt and you braid your hair. You got to be more. There's more than just that. Then, nah. I said, you the type of white girl that remind me of what the black women talk about when they say that the white girls try to steal black men. You kind of remind me of them because yes, that's how she act. That's literally how she act, bro. Like, she was the worst. I'm gonna tell you something funny. So before I was with my Mexican ex, before me and my ex kind of like talking, I was talking to her first, and so she was, she was like, "Tell me why this nigga fell out with me because she felt like I wasn't telling the truth about who Daddy was." Oh my gosh, she said, well, one minute she said, I don't know, I just feel like you lying to me. I said, lying about what? She said, just, well, first you said your dad is a pastor. I said, he is. She said, but then you said he also does carpentry work. I said, because he does. She said, well, which one is it? I was like, why can't it be both? I was like, nigga, are we seriously having a discussion right now? Like, this is the problem? So I just feel like you're lying to me. Why in the Jesus would I lie to you about what my daddy does? What is that? What does that got to do with us? You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I said, maybe these are the type of white girls that black women did see that's crazy. They was like, yeah, all white girls are crazy. Because I'm like, I always start to think maybe all white girls are crazy too. He's looking at you. You are dumb. I said, girl, we was in our 20s. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything about us now? What's that got to do with anything? She said, I just don't like people that lie to me. I was like, what, if I lied about anything, why would I lie about that? I don't want to lie about who my father is. You don't even need to know him. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with us. I said, yo, this nigga is strange. I should have knew from the start, like, she was just weird. If you asked me that, that's before people was kind of messing me with my father like that. So I didn't really think people was like that strange. You know what I'm saying? Had it been like nowadays, I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga weird, gone. Like, I don't even want to talk to you. You bring him up, I don't even want to talk to you. You feel me? That is so strange. She said that. I'm like, so you worried about what my father does? He can't be a pastor, and he can't do carpentry at the same time. And then you take somebody else to the concert that you told me you was gonna bring me to, and then I go with somebody else, and now you mad because I went with somebody else. I said that just shows she had a vendetta. She was trying to hurt me. I'm like, you ain't hurt me. I said I'm with another fine honey that's slimmer than you. Oh my gosh, she was so mad. Oh my gosh, man. I said after that I was done. I said this nigga's stupid. I was so tired of her, bro. And so she had called me afterwards. That's like the last time we really talked about it. And I was like, bro, I can't even believe I even liked you like that. And then after that, that's when I found my ex. Me and her was talking. And then a couple of months after that, that's when Daddy died. He died later that year. And then she found out. And then she hit me and was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. She's like, I didn't know he was sick. I'm like, nobody knew what was going on. I said, girl, he just died. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, well, hey, I'm here for you if you need. And I was like, I appreciate it, but I really don't need. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm like, right now, I don't need to talk to you. I'm like, no offense, but I'm like, I really don't want that in my face right now. I don't want none of that. And so she hit me again like a week later, was like, hey, hope you okay. Hope everything's good, And then she hit me on Christmas too because of the holidays. She was like, "Hey, hope you having a good holidays or whatever." And I was like, "No, we good." I said, "We good," but we didn't have no more falling outs after that. We was actually pretty good. But after that, I was just like, she's just a very nasty person. I can't be around nasty people because I can't be around people like that. So yeah, oh, your dad was a pastor? Oh, a cab driver, bail bondsman. He worked for the. Man, your daddy had Julius jobs. Yeah, he had 4 jobs. Dang, what's up, LB? That is crazy, man. Homegirl said your father can't do 2 things at once. I was like, how can he not? That makes no sense. I said, well, you know what, cuz, what your daddy do? What's up with your daddy? I'm like, what he do? I never asked her. I was like, what you do? That's when I got tired of white and black, so I went over to Hispanic. I was like, I'm tired of all you niggas. The white people is niggas too. I was like, let's go to the other side. We ain't never talked. I never talked to Hispanic. So I was like, let me go over to them and see what they like. And just to realize that they be the same too. Everybody's the same now, man. Like, I said, but at least, like I said, at least kind of like when I guess when black women and Latina women do it, it's kind of like it do kind of be like a little like, oh, okay, that's kind of sexy, it's attractive, you know what I'm saying? Like she be like, nigga, please. I'm like, do that little arrow. The Latinas be like, boy, please don't be lying to me, you know what I'm saying? The white girls be like, that is really rude. That is just inconsiderate. What you said to me, like the way they talk, like, oh really? I really think, please, please talk to the hand. Like they have like no, it's like no sauce with it. You know what I'm saying? It's more like that was just inconsiderate. You are very offensive. You need to apologize. You need to leave. That's how they are. Like nobody listen to that. Versus a black woman, she be like, nigga, let me tell you something. I'm like, well, girl, tell me something. What you want to tell me? I told you, the white girls be the sensitive ones. They don't know how to. They be too sensitive about stuff. They love playing victim on a lot of stuff. Like I said, I used to troll for fun, so I used to be a big troll. So I trolled online all the time. And so the white girls were the ones that was always just like, you can't say that. They was like, that is so rude. You're a bigot. You're blah, blah, blah. They would all say all type of stuff. And then sometimes, like, I mean, every now and then you might get some black women to do that. But that one black girl I went back and forth with, I said, bro, she was a nigga, bro. This is a nigga. Because it was another black woman that added me earlier. She was sensitive. She was, I can see exactly why you the way you are. I was like, and I went off. I was like, girl, that ain't hurt my feelings. And so I thought I was gonna do the same to this girl. I thought she was sweet. She was not sweet because this girl has some good jokes, man. This nigga has some good jokes. Hey man, this nigga has some jokes. She said, because I thought I was gonna hurt her feelings, you know what I'm saying? But like, she gonna be like, that's insensitive. And then I remember I called her because she had some good jokes. So I started roasting back. I said, oh, Shorty got some cutbacks. So hold on. And so she said something. I can't remember. We was going back and forth. Everybody was laughing at us, bro. We was going back and forth. And so she was like, I said something and she said something that was funny. I said, okay, that's funny. And so I said, girl, I bet you Tubby. I said, because I told her, because she said, nah. She said, I got a man. I said, well, Tubby, go be with your man. I said, go, your man to feed you a whole cake. I said, leave me alone. She said, actually, I ain't Tubby boy. She said, I'm fine looking. She said, you can look at my profile picture. She said, you can look at my profile picture. I look better than them little other girls in here. She said, she said, nigga, that's why you look like this. That's why you ugly. That's why. I mean, bro, she had some of the, what no sensitivity, bro. She was so funny. I said, bro, I like that though. Cause I'm used to people crying all the time. But when somebody give you a run for your money, I'm like, bro, that's funny. And so I was like, bro, I was going back and forth with her. I was like, bro, like back and forth, back and forth. It was funny. I was like, bro, I said at the time, it was years ago. I told people as a joke. I said at the time, that would have been like, kids, that's how I met your mother. Like, your mama had some fire jokes. I'm like, bro, because I'm like, everybody else is sensitive. They crying all the time. She was the one person that didn't cry, bro. She was like, well, nigga, that's why you ugly too. Like, she was going back and forth. That was funny. I said, oh, Tis my type of woman. Them other ones, I was like, they was just crybabies. Oh, come on, guys. What's with all the malarkey? Come on, don't do that. That was a long time ago. Hold on. Ah. Some of y'all be having jokes, man. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Steve, you need a roughneck woman. No, I don't. Please, believe me, I don't. I need me a quad woman. The woman is quad. A woman that ain't gonna grind my gears. I was gonna make a joke. I ain't gonna make a joke. I ain't gonna make a joke. That joke's gonna be overplayed, bro. I do that joke all the time. La 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 la. Mm. I mean, everybody wants them somebody that's like. You might not want somebody that's 100% like. I mean, everybody wants them somebody with a little spice. You know what I'm saying? Like, they respectful and they nice, but they got like a little. You know, they got that little wild side if they need to take it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you disrespect my somebody disrespect them, they let you know what's up. Like, everybody needs somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want somebody that's just like too nice and let them walk all over you. It's like, nah, you want somebody that's kind of like, I'll take it there. You know what I'm saying? That's what people think with me. Like a lot of people, again, I told you, they don't think I talk like this. They don't think that I'm wild or like when I talk like that and you know what I'm saying, get angry. They don't think I do that because I don't do it to them. I don't have a reason not to, or I have a reason to. So that's why they don't think I can be that way. But if you get me there, I can be that way. You know what I'm saying? Most people were scared of me when they met me. They was like, bro, I thought you was like scary. They said, cause you always walk around looking like that. And then you always walk fast, and then it was like, you just look like you're just serious about everything. And then it's like, when I meet you, you're so nice. I'm like, yes, because I'm only like it to people that are not nice. You don't give me a reason to, I won't. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why some women like would kind of respect me because they can walk all over they niggas and people they knew. And then they see me, I'm like, you can't walk all over me because I don't care. Like, I don't care about nothing at all. I'm like, if you ain't God, Jesus, my family, and close people that I know, I don't really care. So I'm like, it ain't like I really need you. People gonna leave and walk off regardless. I'm like, so you might as well make yours quick now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, when they realize that, I mean, again, you might think a woman want to walk all over you. She really don't. She looking for somebody to kind of just be like, that's real. I think some women will test you just to see how you are and how you respond. They know, yeah, he's a punk. Like he's a sissy. I can't respect him. But when you let them know, like, what's up? Every time I've always let somebody know what's up, like I don't care. And then I realize, like, oh, he's serious. Like he's not like the rest of them. Like he's real. I'm like, there's only one thing to be Israel now, man. I don't care. Again, that's why I said I don't do this channel for no money, for no views. You know what I'm saying? I'll be kissing everybody's butt if that's really what I wanted. I said I don't. I'm like, so you can take it and leave. If I offend white people, too bad. If I offend black people, too bad. I don't care. Like, I offend anybody. I'm not biased. Again, I don't play the race card or the women card or man card or nothing. I don't like nobody. I don't like whites. I don't like blacks. I don't like nobody. We can keep it gangster. We can keep it cordial how you want to go about it. I could really care. The other side with them Hebrews like listen, it's not even all of them, man. Again, I don't have a problem with the Hebrews like nation. I don't have a problem with none of them, man. I think a lot of them is cool people. They probably cool because we ran into a lot of them that is Hebrews, man, but they cool, they respectful. I said it's the ones that's extremists, man. I'm not saying what they doing out there is bad. I'm just saying when they extremists and they doing what they doing is, then we don't respect them. A lot of them is good people, man. You know what I'm saying? They cool. Ain't nobody got no issue with them. But it's the ones that's in my chat. When they want to be internet warriors, then that's a problem. Then they want to talk about me and be mad at mama and women and mad at daddy and mad at you ain't say y'all. It's like, I'm not going to argue with you, dude. 30 years old and you don't get the right to say what you want and feel how you want. You got some technical broke Negro coming over here mad about something. Like, I don't listen to dudes that ain't got no money. I don't. That's why you ain't got no money. Daddy didn't listen to people that was broke, so I don't listen to people that's broken either. So. And so everybody was saying about this whole Hebrew, it's like, well, it's like it's not a war. It's like, bro, I didn't start this, man. They did. They came here. These Darby weirdos came here. I didn't tell them to. Like, and again, y'all know it's not all. It's just the ones that's weird. Again, weirdos. They was the ones that came here. And so when they did, I had to defend myself. And then when I defend myself, now I'm wrong. I gotta repent. Something wrong with me. God's gonna kill me or do something to me because they have an issue. And God don't do none of those things that they said he gonna do. So nobody got time for that, man. Well, looky. If it ain't Ronika Nicole, if it ain't Ron DMC. Oh, yeah, everything's well with me. I'm doing good. Out here enjoying this weather with y'all. I might go get me another. Yeah, let's go get another biscuits and gravy bowl. Y'all want some? But them biscuits and gravy be slapping, man. I don't care what you say. Them be slapping, cuz. What time is it? 11:53. It's early. Y'all want to go get a biscuits and gravy bowl? Just got home. How y'all been? How long y'all been on? About 3 hours, I think. About 3 hours. Oh, I believe so. Yeah, let's go get a biscuits and gravy bowl, man. Like, I gotta stop eating those, man. Those are so good. It's just like, So I be over here making sweet love to my food, man. I be talking about people for being the glutton. I'm over here, like SpongeBob when he ate the Krabby Patty with the jellyfish jelly. He's I'm over here making noise, harmonizing with the beat. My next album, my A Steve R&B album is gonna be Biscuits and Gravy. That's what my next album gonna be called. Biscuits and Gravy. First song like Mama used to make. Bluebell tastes just like the good old days. I'm gonna come out with an album called Mama Said Knock You Out. I'm gonna copy LL Cool J. It's a knockoff version. Mama Said Knock You Out too. And then the third one's gonna be, at this point, Mama just really wants you beat up. That's pretty much what it is. A summary. That's a summary of all the rest of the albums. Like, I kind of do want a biscuits and gravy bowl because I don't want to stay on here all night, y'all. So we should probably go get it now. But I'm lazy. I feel like DoorDash, bro. Whataburger is just right there, but I feel like DoorDash need to come to come to me. I talk about Negroes with the spirit of nigga. Ain't nobody with bigger spirit of nigga than Steve, bro. I'm so weird, man. Like, good night, uncommon woman. Hope to see you soon. It's good to see you again for the first time in like 5 months. But it's good to see you. Hope you have a good night. Biscuits and gravy, gravy and biscuits. Yeah. Imagine waking up in the morning, man. My woman's in there already making biscuits and gravy. I'm like, girl, you smell like biscuits and gravy. Can't do that, boy. A woman that can cook breakfast. uh, all right, let's go get the food, y'all. I really don't feel like getting up, bro. It's literally right there. I don't feel like getting up and walking. I'm so lazy. Pretty soon, this world is gonna be like everybody off Wally. How they big and in them chairs and stuff, floating around on the axiom. It's like, man, we're like, I don't feel like changing the channel. Could you? Daddy used to do that. It used to piss me off, man. He'd be like, man. I come, what's up, sir? He's like, give me that remote. Bro, the remote would be like right there. He's like, hand me that remote. I was like, you couldn't just sit up and grab it. That used to really make me mad when he would do that. He would like reach in that sock drawer, give me some socks. I'm like, bro, it's your socks. You could have just reached over and got them. Oh my God, I remember one time he had me make him some ramen noodles. And so he liked his ramen noodles made a certain way. Like he didn't want them to be super soggy. They had to be like kind of like still like medium texture or whatever. And so one time I made him. This is my first time. So he didn't cut me no slack, no grace, no nothing. So I brought it to him. He said, that is not the way you make ramen noodles. Now take it back and make it again. That was in my little nigga days. I was already like 14. And so I remember I was like, I walked away. I said, you get to make your own ramen noodles. I would be mumbling under my breath. So, if you get up and make your own ramen noodles, you're going to have this problem. Bro, I said it was my first time making ramen noodles. Like, he ain't cut me no grace, no slack, no nothing. He looked at it, he said, no, take it back. I was like, well, gee, thanks, son, that you went out of your way to make ramen noodles. He's like, your ramen noodles? I'll show you ramen noodles. I used to be so angry sometimes, bro. My girl used to do me like that too. Hey, why do parents do that? He would literally do like, hey, man, that remote. I'm like, dude, you like five feet away from the remote. Not even 5 feet. You like 5 inches away from the remote. You like having that remote. Oh my gosh, bro. I remember one time, bro, he was testing my patience one time. He did it on purpose. I was outside hanging with the homies with my friends. And so he was like, come here. So I came in the house. He was in the house. And so I said, what you need? Like, what you need me to get? He said, I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Just stand there. And so I was like, I'm trying to go back outside. I'm like, bro, bro, I was standing there for a good 20 minutes. I'm not lying. 20 minutes, he had me stand right there. And I was like, Daddy, what you need? Like, he was like, hold on, I'm gonna tell you. So I'm just stand there. So I stood there the whole time. So I was getting impatient. So I was pacing back and forth, like pacing back and forth, trying to like let him know like I'm still here. He was on his computer and stuff. I said, I'm still here, man. He said, hey man, stop pacing back and forth, man. Stand there. He said, I'm gonna tell you in a minute. I said, why can't you just tell me right now? Bro, it was like 25 minutes. A whole show of everybody. He was watching Everybody Like Raymond and stuff. A whole show done went by. And I'm still standing there. I'm like, why do you got me standing right here for? Is this a test? Like, he never did say what, I don't think he even said what he wanted, bro. He just had me standing there. He was a complicated person. He would do stuff like that, man. Yeah, but none was ever, none was ever simple with Daddy, man. It was always complications. Hold on. Hold up. Put these in my pocket. Oh, I really don't feel like walking over there, man. I'm so lazy. I gotta stop being lazy, dude. All right. Bro, that moon scares me every time. What is up with the moon? Bro, have y'all seen this? Hold on. Bro, look at the moon, dude. That is creepy. Like, bro, look how, hold on. Bro, the moon is like huge, dude. Like, look at that. Every time I turn around, dude, the moon is like big, dude. I don't know what that is. Like, look at that. That's not even like moon color, man. I don't even know what that is. Bro, that's like an apple slice or something, man. That is scary. Oh man, I hate that. Every time I turn around, that thing scares me. Dang. Damn thing's huge, bro. Hold on, let me see. What is the moon now? I think about it. It's like a giant rock or something. It creeps me out, man. Dang. It's a good question I always wonder. So when you get called up to heaven, like, is it like you wake up and you in heaven, or do you feel yourself like leaving your body, like floating up, like you just shooting straight up in the air, and then you can see it? Do angels come and get you, or do you just see yourself like floating up to the white light and you can see like space because you're leaving Earth? That'd be the coolest but scariest thing in the world, bro. I think one dude said that he had an out of body experience, and so God wanted to take him to like I think heaven and hell or whatever. And so he did say like I think some angels that came and got him. He said they was in outer space or whatever. And so it was crazy because he told a story. He was like, he said a lot of, because they preached on that. He said a lot of like what you see. He said a lot of these cartoon characters and like when you see like Pokemon and you be seeing like a lot of these demonic creatures and stuff that you see off TV. He said a lot of those. He said there's demons in space. He said a lot of them was looking like it, like these cartoons you be watching and stuff like that. He said that's where a lot of them be getting their ideas, man, for like these shows. And so he said he was in, I think it was some angels with him, man, and they was taking him out of space to take him in, because heaven is like, I don't know if it's above or it could be a planet. I have no idea, man. Like I have no idea. But I said that would be kind of cool, man. Like you just going up. It's like a never-ending elevator. You just going up. Do you shoot straight up, or is it just like, is it majestic music that play with it? You feel me? Do you ascend, or do you just like go slowly, or like I don't know, man. That'd be kind of cool. And then like you leave the Earth, and the Earth is like big. Everything's like super big in space, man. And so I'm like, when you get to have your new body, I'm like, do you get to leave heaven and go to like, because I'm like, I want to see what God made. God made the whole solar system. He made the universe. So I'm like, I want to see what's out there. I mean, of course, when you get to heaven, you ain't gonna care about none of that because heaven is better than all that. But I said, but you still want to be able to see like, what did he make? So I said, with your new body, are you able to go places? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like Daddy up there now. Daddy up there with a couple of people up there like, hey man, let's go see what Saturn look like. Or let's go see what, you know what I'm saying? Let's go see what the asteroid belt are, K-12 nebulas, and stuff you see off of the photos they take. I said, I always wanted to see that, man. Like, it ain't like we can just go there. But I said, but like with your new body, you probably can. So God will probably let you do that. You know what I'm saying? Can you just transport in the portal, or is it just like, Is it a heaven ray or something? Like, I don't know, man. That'd be kind of cold, man. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen anything natural from the spiritual realm? I mean, probably have. Ain't no telling, man. I don't. Coming from Louisville, you see everything. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised. All that's missing now is the devil in the walking body in that city, boy. Because the Grim Reaper's there. All the Grim Reaper need now is a literal body, because literally. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. You probably have, but you're so used to seeing crazy stuff, you don't even pay attention to it. You don't even care no more. It's just like that's just how it is, man. You don't even. It's whatever. But as far as I can remember, I mean, I don't think so. The craziest thing you see is, of course, in your dreams. Like, you see a lot of that. Like, but in real life, don't know. So, um, I don't surround myself with a lot of type of stuff, anyways. And then people that be kind of weird and stuff, because people do be into witchcraft nowadays and be into all type of stuff. Like, I don't surround myself with everybody, because I'm like, I don't trust people. A real angel. That'd be kind of cool to see. Well, no, no, I don't know about seeing an angel, because angels are scary. Yeah, that's crazy. You saw the New Orleans? That'd be kind of crazy, man, to see that. I mean, if the angels look anything like the Bible say they do, I mean, if they could be tall and majestic, or if they look like these artist depictions. Because, I mean, again, we don't know. I'm not saying exactly they look like it, but then again, you got to understand what's weird to us might not be weird to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, to God, that's his creation. So, of course, he probably made it a certain way that our minds can't fathom. So they always said when they showed up, they said, do not be afraid, be not afraid. Like, so when you see how they describe these angels, and how people have, these artists have had these translations and did these drawings of what they look like, I'm like, I'm not saying necessarily they're right, but I'm saying I ain't saying necessarily they're wrong. Maybe there were some angels that had human form, and maybe there was other angels that looked like the crazy ones. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about, I'm like, I don't want to see an angel with multiple eyes and a head of a cherubim and a head of a lion, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's really how that means, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, I don't know. That's always my thing. Like, when you be on the airplane and stuff, you be up there in the air, and I'm just like, what if you did see like an angel or a UFO, or you seen like something up here flying? You feel me? Like, there was people that caught some stuff on camera, man. It was something in the clouds flying. They thought it was Jesus. I'm like, no, it ain't Jesus. People was over, thank you, Lord. I'm like, no, it ain't Jesus. I would not be praying to that. Like, again, when he said, lo, they say Christ is in the desert, don't go. He said, whenever you see that, he said, you gonna know when it's me. I said, that ain't Jesus over there. Whatever y'all seeing, that's not Jesus. Well, hello, Denise. Every time I say Denise, I think of Denise Huxtable. See that, Dad? Me and Alvin are going out today. Well, Denise, you gotta understand when I met your mother, Claire. uh, yeah, I don't see no. Hold on. This is why I showed it to so many people. I did catch some UFOs on camera, man. I had the footage, but Joe lost it. Like, cause Daddy I said, Daddy, we caught some UFOs on camera, man. He said, no, you didn't. Cause we just had somebody at our church was getting married, so we had a marriage rehearsal. We was on our way back from marriage rehearsal, and so the girl driving the car, we told her she almost wrecked the car because she was trying to look too. I said, no, you can't look, you gotta drive. And so we was recording the whole thing, man. And so I showed Daddy the video. He saw, oh man, he said it is. He said it is some stuff up there. And I was like, yeah, we had it on video and everything. Joe lost the file card that it was on. So my only evidence that I seen aliens, aliens, is gone. Said, well, no matter, alien invasion, they still ain't worse than niggas. Maybe that's what we need to save our great race. Alien invasion. Yeah, I don't know. You don't mess with certain stuff. Y'all see that's what happened. It was back in the 80s, man. Again, people always been crazy since the dawn of time. But back in like the 1980s, this woman, she was convinced that extraterrestrials was telling her to meet them somewhere out in the wilderness, I think in like Minnesota or Montana or something. And so she convinced some dude to go out there with her, like, hey, we're gonna see aliens. And so everybody was like, yeah, AKA a really horny man, that she was like, if you come out here with me, I'll think about giving you some. Like, that's pretty much probably why she convinced him to go out there. Because I don't know nobody in their right man that's gonna go out there and look for aliens. So they waited in the cold, and it said they waited and waited and waited and waited to pretty much all their food was gone. The water, they drank it all, and then the nearby lake froze, so they ain't have no water. The car didn't work no more. So they said she didn't want to leave because she didn't want to be on the off chance if the aliens the aliens showed up. So she stayed there. She froze to death. The guy was able to manage to crawl back to civilization like about, I think he crawled for like 4 miles. And he somehow still lived. And I was like, how do you explain this story to, this is the 80s. Keep in mind, it's the 80s. It would be crazy even if now today, with everybody being weird, it would still be crazy now. So I'm thinking about back in the 80s, like, who would actually listen to this? She said the aliens told her to go out to the wilderness and they was gonna call her. I said, I know she wasn't this color. Ain't no nigga going out there for nothing. Niggas ain't, we don't want to see no aliens and then we ain't going out nowhere where it's cold. That's definitely not our people. Uh, uh, yeah. I don't know, man. There's a lot of supernatural stuff, man. Again, I don't get involved in a lot of that, in everything. Because some stuff, man, it's too much for people's mind too, man. They be off on it. They either into that or conspiracies, and them two things will mess your mind up. You know what I'm saying? That's why Daddy was preaching a lot on the occult and witchcraft, and Nigga Rose was paranoid. So he was like, "Well, I be shaking people's hand all the time. Does it mean I'm initiated?" He was like, "See," he said, "This is why I didn't want to teach on it because y'all get weird." He said, "Not everybody you see is like that, and probably nobody you see is like that." You know what I'm saying? I said, "Bro, you can't, like, you was doing just fine before you found that stuff out." I said, "So don't think now all of a sudden when you find it out like somebody gonna be a witch now, like." You don't do that, man. That's why it's important to have the spirit of discernment. Because when you have the spirit of discernment, you understand not everybody's crazy and do that stuff, man. You feel me? Like people was really paranoid. They was like, nah, see, everybody that touched me and everybody's around me is trying to be a witch. It's like, no, that's not true. That's not true. Mighty funny, they were saying that about people out there on the street, or people that's in the world. I'm like, the biggest witches be in church. Mighty funny, they couldn't seem to see that. They was sitting here working out of witchcraft the whole time. Was worried about an actual literal witch. I'm like, yeah, no. That's crazy. This thing not tightening up. Tighten up. There we go. Nah, for real. Yeah, Daddy had common sense though. As deep as he was, that's why he was so deep, because he had common sense, man. He wasn't no sucker. He wasn't an idiot either. He understood like everything is not a coincidence. Everything not a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Some things is just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Again, not all white people is bad, and then not everybody you see is a witch. You know what I'm saying? All black people ain't niggas. Like, that's just some things you just know. But when you too weird, and that's why I said the ones that binge watch, the ones that be binge watching Darby a little too much, and then they kind of get like it, and that's why they come over thinking everything weird, because their mind can't process it. He even said it. He said, y'all can't process what I'm preaching. So when I'm telling y'all stuff, he said, y'all not, because you don't have, he said, because you're not based in the word, then because you ain't based in the word, then you're not able to dissect what I'm saying. So he said, it sounds good, a conspiracy sound good, but when you're not based off the word, you're not understanding what I'm saying. So now you crazy. And that's why people was going down a rabbit hole with that stuff. He kept telling people, stop searching stuff up. People was already trying to figure out like the history of Satan. And he said people was over trying to read stuff from Satan, and they was reading on a witch website. It was a witch website. And you know, nigga dumb. They always got to do something they ain't supposed to be doing. Like, we don't need to know the history of Satan. We know Satan is somebody you don't mess with. Don't mess with him. He won't mess with you. Leave him alone. Well, he gonna mess with you, but I was like, don't mess with him. And you don't need to know. Why you want to know the history of him for? For what? What is it gonna do for your everyday life? You know he's bad. Don't touch him. Leave him alone. Like, no, I gotta know. Like, seeing that curiosity is what get people possessed. And now they weird. Now they talking about the moon. That's probably one of them niggas talking about the prophecy of the moon, angel, and the mothership. Like, it's probably one type of niggas, man. You understand, like, people be like super strange too, man. Just be strange, bro. Always got a prophecy or something. Like, don't listen to people like that, man. They couldn't discern Darby messages. They couldn't discern conspiracies. They can't discern politics. They can't discern nothing. Everybody kept coming all day. Every video, there's like, you see how they made a hand gesture? Even Daddy said, one time I was preaching, and he said I was doing something with my hands, and he said something, I was like, why are you making a hand symbol? He's like, what hand symbol? He said, that hand symbol you doing, that's a Freemason symbol. He's like, I didn't know it was like, he said, bro, it's just how I do my hands. He said, see, that's what happened when you weird. Even Daddy called him weird. People had an issue with me calling him weird. I said, he said it too. Because niggas be weird. And that's why your Hebrew Israelite, because you weird. I mean, they really do stuff like that. Every movie, they be like, see, they got Freemasonry in movies. Obviously, who owns the industry, you idiot? Obviously. You see how they got 66 back here? No, I don't see that because I don't want to see it. Like, who cares? You call that out. You see the pyramids in the background, and then what? Okay, and then they talking about exposing the industry. And do what? Exactly. You exposing the very powerful people who don't care about you. They gonna keep putting it in their music and they videos and all of that. They said just making you all aware. Like, well, maybe you shouldn't listen to Beyonce's music in the first place because it's trash. And then second of all, if it's got that type of stuff in it, don't listen to it. The fact that you took time to dissect her music to see what she's saying shows you dumb. You ain't got no life. And then on top of it, it's like they still won. They still got you to watch it. So it don't matter. I'm like, niggas don't know they be losing. They think they trying to win, but they losing. Steady losing. Like, it's just pathetic, bro. It's super pathetic. That's what I was saying. When it says so heavily minded, you know. But, no, it's in my ear, man. What is this? Hold on. They just, again, that's why I keep saying, like, professing to be wise, they became fools. It's like, that's why I said, what is it with everybody trying to do this exposing stuff, man? They exposing men of God, exposing the Illuminati. It's just weird. It's like, dude, stop doing that. We don't care. I say, you see what they did in the movie? They telling the story in the movie. I'm like, okay, hey, so what's up, bro? How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm glad to see you.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here. It's time for another biscuits and gravy. That's what it is.
Anytime. All right, let's see. Biscuits, wait, so 3-piece strips with gravy. Yeah. Anything else? Whip an extra biscuit up.
Yeah.
Whip an extra biscuit up.
Yeah.
I'll delete the chicken, my bad. I'm so used to people getting the
chicken. Yeah. I actually haven't had the chicken yet, so that actually kind of sounds good.
Yeah, a lot of people get the chicken strips with gravy. I don't know.
I've never heard that combination right there. So.
All right, so we got a biscuit with biscuits and gravy, and then the biscuits and gravy comes with hash browns. And would you like a medium or small drink with it?
Take a medium.
Medium drink?
Yeah.
That's a good choice, man. All right, let's see. Medium drink, and then for here to go.
To go.
Sounds good. 31 will be your number, and your total is going to be 864 right here. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Well,
yes, sir. Definitely will. But technically, it's a new day, so yeah, I'm going to have a wonderful day today.
Sure. I agree. Good take.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. Hey, boss.
All right. But yeah, don't get into conspiracies, people. You know who got into conspiracies? The boys on the corner island. That's who's in conspiracies. And again, maybe not all of them, but well, almost all of them.
Personally, I think RP Polo was better, but yeah, I remember that.
Again, there's nothing cool about that stuff, man. Again, it's more of a serious thing, but I think people do it to brag to show how much they know. And even Daddy said it. He said they'll talk about what they learned, what I taught them, you know what I'm saying? And he said they'll basically be trying to tell people to sound smart, to make it sound like they made up that word. And he said because people are not rooted in the word and they don't know about what that stuff is, he said they automatically start thinking about like paranormal activity, like stuff they see on TV. He said then people get scared of the word, they don't want to do it. Because now they thinking like you a code, you feel me? Like, all right, Sean. You know what's crazy? As crazy as Negroes is, so are white people. I saw something back in the 80s, man. It was a show called, they said this is like the darkest kids show. One of the darkest kids shows you can have. It was supposed to be Christian rooted. It's called Life with Grandpa. Look it up. I'm not making it up. It's called Life with Grandpa. And it's like these little sock puppet type, it looked like the little Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood type sock puppet types, you know what I'm saying? And so basically it's about this grandpa guy. And he's teaching the kids, he's like a wise figure, you know what I'm saying? So he's teaching kids how to do the right thing. And he always has wisdom, you know what I'm saying? That whole show was indoctrination for, it was a cult. It was a guy that made it, he based grandpa off of himself. It was a cult for brainwashing the kids into doing exactly what he wanted them to do. This dude was into a big pedophile sex cult, dude. I'm not lying. Look it up. Life with Grandpa. I just seen that the other day. I said, why was this stuff never heard of? Like, I never heard of stuff. I said, they really covered this up. This is the big one. So basically, he would have songs on there, basically brainwashing. He had songs where he was telling the women, where she was like, "It's our job to cook and clean. Our job is not to be mean. We don't talk back." We like he was basically brainwashing the women to be like servants for the men. He said, "Obey, obey." Said, "Obey, obey." Like he was pretty much telling them like obey. Like he was doctrinating people hard time. You know what I'm saying? And so they had a song where he was talking about like he's a spaceman, but he's in love with a space robot or something. The space robot had titties. I'm not making this up. Look it up. Life with Grandpa. I'm not making this up. Kid show. Kid show, right? Like, I'm not making this up, dude. So basically, he started a whole cult where he had his own, like, he was almost like a Jim Jones. They always have some weird idiot, man, that do this stuff. So he had his whole camp over there. And that's all the kids could watch was programming from him and programming from everybody else. So, of course, they grew up like that. They all grew up messed up. They didn't believe in medicine. They said, well, if you ever get sick, you can't go to the hospital because the power of prayer, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was too extreme with it, you know what I'm saying? So basically, the guy, he came out, keep in mind, this is kid stuff, right? Kid stuff. He came out with little booklets, like little comic booklets and stuff. Tell me why this nigga came out with comic booklets of how to have sex. Nigga literally said that. He said how to have sex with your child, bro. How a grown-up does this to a child. Like, this nigga was crazy. Again, nobody's ever heard this stuff. This is really big covered up. He was encouraging parents to do that with their kids. He was encouraging kids to understand that a grown-up could do that with you. You know what I'm saying? They said this dude was one of the biggest freaks. One of the biggest freaks. They said the nigga did this with his own kids. He did it with everybody. Just the nigga was nasty. They was the ones that's just like, God, why don't you ever strike them immediately? Like, why don't you just make them drop dead immediately? All these other people out here don't deserve it. I said, well, these niggas be living to be old. They said this nigga died old. I said, he should never had a chance to die old, dude. That is crazy. He's almost like Donald Trump. You know how some people don't get theirs? Like, it's like they don't get theirs, dude. I'm sure he got his in the afterlife now, but I said, but it's like on here, they don't get it. Like, they don't get theirs, dude. Like, they said it was a little boy that was on the show, and he was based off of I think his son in real life. They was trying to make this little boy to be the Messiah figure. Like they was telling people that he's the next Messiah. Weird, right? Weird. Weird. They traumatized this little boy so much. The little boy grew up and he was tired of it, man. He went and took the woman that abused him. He killed her. He met up with her for lunch and he killed her. And he was gonna go kill some more people, but he couldn't take it no more. He killed himself, man. And I said, dang, that's sad, bro. This is a very dark show, man. That's why I said, like, I've never heard of this before. I said, why was this never ever talked about on the internet or nothing, man? You never heard this before. Until somebody did, like, a little video of it, and they was like, dude, this is a dark show. And then people that was a part of that show and was, that was in that camp, they was telling their story. They was like, yeah, this was terrible, man. They was like, dude, like, the way they did my family, they was like, the stuff they told us and did to us, they said it was terrible, you know what I'm saying? I said, that's just disgusting, man. That's disgusting. He said he came out with a kid. He really came out with a kid's book. He had themes in there. He was telling. He had pictures and everything. And about like, well, when mommy likes daddy, mommy puts it in here. I was like, what? Bro, it was racist too. That was the best part about it. It was racist. It was like, well, how? He was talking about mixed kids, like how mixed kids are like an abomination or something. He said something about banging that black. Oh, it was racist, but it was funny. I said, this is messed up. This is messed up. I don't know what's worse, the racism, everything. He said, well, when mommy got with that dark man, he said that. I said, and you call yourself Christian, right? I said, no, form of godliness, not godliness, bro. That's crazy. Again, don't take my word for it. Look it up. Life with Grandpa. I couldn't believe that stuff was ever even a thing, bro. This is the 80s. I don't know how this was never talked about, bro. This is crazy. They said this was the darkest kids show of all time, man. Like, for real. Bro, it was pure comedy because the guy that was telling it, he was so serious. But I said, but it was the way he wasn't lying. He was showing proof and everything. He was talking about the abomination of mixed kids, and it showed pictures and everything. Where she was like, "Well, yeah, he likes to put it in here." I was like, "Nigga, what?" I said, "Hold on, wait a minute." I said, "Wait, this ain't right." Yeah, 1985. Yep. And a lot of them people, I think they did. Some of them did get prosecuted. They did go to jail, I think. But he never got caught. Like, good night, LB. You be safe. I'll catch you later. That's why I say, people, back in the 80s all the way to now, watch what your kids watch. Watch what your children watch, bro, because that is crazy. It looked like a normal kid show from what you seen. I was looking at it. He was playing something, and I was like, it didn't even look that bad. I said, it looked like it's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like some of the other shows we used to watch, like Bananas and Pajamas. You remember that? Bananas and Pajamas. Like, it looked like one of them shows. And I said, this show was a whole indoctrination of sex code. Like, it was crazy. Disgusted, dude. And they said this dude was obsessed with it all day. They said all he did was talk about sex. All he did was, he was obsessed with it, dude, just the way he talked about it. I said, what kind of individual you gotta be, man, to be like, that is crazy, dude. Said this nigga died of old death. I said, how do you get the right to die of old death? I refuse. I said, boy, that could be nowadays. People be looking for him. That is crazy, man. Somebody that wicked, God gave them 80, 90 years. I'm like, they don't deserve 80 to 90 years. Man, please. People can't even make it past 14, and you get 80 to 90 years? That is ridiculous. Gonna sabotage so many kids to this day, man. Like, they still messed up. And that was 40 years ago. Still messed up. That's why I say that stuff was scary, because back in the day, like I said, old stuff always looked scary. It was just scary because it was older, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, they was working on them back then. That's why I say they was working on the children back then. This ain't nothing new, man. That's why I said the devil don't do nothing new. Everything ain't nothing new under the sun, man. He do the same thing. He just wraps it up in a different way. That's why I say I don't see how people don't see what's going on nowadays. Like, it's the same thing he did back in the 90s and the 80s. It's the same thing he did in the 70s. He do it all the way. He do it all the time. Like, this ain't nothing new. Like, stuff is crazy, man. Bro, I can't believe that show, man. That's crazy. I was so weirded out by the end of the episode, or by the end of the show I was watching. I was like, I'm a grown man. Even I'm like, bro, this is hard to process. I'm thinking of the people that was there, man. Like, and they say, yeah, if anybody threatened to talk about what was going on, he said he put the kids to work. The kids was working from sun up to sundown. He said they worked every day, 365 days a year, no days off, no nothing. He said if any other families refused to cooperate, they would throw them out the camp and take all their stuff. And at that point, people was like, nah. They said, nah, I don't care. They said, I don't care if they threaten you. They said when they was telling them to do this stuff with their kids and to abuse their own kids, and people was doing that because they didn't want to get thrown out. I said, you a sick individual. You a sick parent, dude. What type of nigga you gotta be to listen to another nigga? That's why I keep telling people, stop listening to niggas, dude. Ain't nobody hold you by going point. You ain't in prison. They willingly did this because they wanted to believe this man was a man of God. Quit listening to these fake men of God. You niggas are stupid. Oh my God, you got to be dumb. I'm like, what is it with people that can't think for themselves no more nowadays? Niggas are stupider than they've ever been, dude. Stupid. This man convinced them to touch their kids. You are a stupid nigga. Yeah, it shows white people do this too. It ain't black. White people do this too. We ain't gonna pass that up. This is the 80s. They do it now today too. They do this too. Stupid. I mean, just stupid, man. Like, and now y'all see why I'm so. What I am, people would consider rebellious and arrogant and whatever. I say, yep, show him, because I'm not gonna have nobody bring me into a sex code. I think not. That's how they got a bunch of them niggas out there in the Jim Jones fields. Got them out there in Johannesburg. Didn't know what they was out there doing. They just, oh, he's God. Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, he got them niggas out there and they drunk Kool-Aid. They said some of them tried to escape. There was a girl that told her story. She said some of them tried to escape. Her mom and daddy tried to escape. And he gunned them down before they got anywhere. He gunned a bunch of them down. And then made everybody drink the Kool-Aid. And I said, see, that's what happens when you don't got the spirit of discernment. You end up in the wilderness drinking Kool-Aid. You end up on the corner hollering at people, dude, because you ain't got discernment. You let a nigga that watch Darby tell you something because he don't know nothing because he watched Darby. That's why I keep saying, think for yourself, dude. That stuff is serious, man. They get people to do serious, wacky crimes out here, dude. They get niggas into pedophilia, dude. They getting their wives to have threesomes and stuff because they talking about that's my goal as a man. Like, you gotta listen to me. It ain't godly if you go against me. I'm gonna divorce you. I said, but they divorce that nigga. That's a threat. I said, women not getting threatened that if he don't have a three-way with her, he gonna divorce her. Then nigga divorce me, and I'm gonna take half your stuff. I'm gonna take all your stuff. He's talking about you gonna threaten me. I don't want to be with a nigga like that anyways. I said, you better not fall for it. You better not fall for it. Now, maybe it's just a little rebellion to me, or maybe it's just the realness in me where I just don't care about nothing. But I said, I would be doggone before I let a nigga do that to me. I would be doggone. Nigga, I ain't sharing nothing. Got to do with nothing godly. I said, boy, people are stupid. And I said, women, if y'all fall for that, y'all just as bad as them. I said, don't ever fall for that, bro. That is, man, I'm telling you, man, like, people think you just be talking. That's deadly. You see what one man's able to do. How you think a cult start, man? It start with one man who convinced a bunch of other dumb men who don't listen to nobody or who don't know discernment to go get their wives and their children, get him out there in the wilderness, and then he can just do whatever he wants to. I'll tell you another one. It was another one that happened. They also covered this one up. Notice how these ain't public. They don't really put these out public until somebody exposes it. This one happened back in the 70s. It's always like, that's a scary era. The 70s and the 80s, that's like really scary, man. Even the 90s, it's like scary stuff. This dude was also in another cult. He started his own cult. He convinced everybody that his son was the Messiah. What is it with these niggas got this Messiah fetish? I don't know what it is, dude. He convinced his daughters and his wife that this is the Messiah. They was into some weird, freaky family cult and was able to get people to listen to them. That's why I said people are so stupid. They have never been stupider before. That's why I don't want to hear people talking about nowadays, this young generation. I said, man, y'all was dumb back in the 70s too. You was dumb in the 80s and you was dumb in the 90s and the early 2000s. That's how a lot of people here now. Everybody been dumb for the dawn of time. There ain't just no new generation. The old generation was just as stupid too. Like, they're trying to put it on us. Like, that's because we can't look up your public records. You didn't have Snapchat, so we couldn't see what you was doing. Like, you did the same stuff, just with no technology. He convinced these people to really be out here to do this stuff. And him, just like the other guy, convinced people to do stuff with their kids. He made these people, right, this is so sick. He made his daughters be with his son. He made them have sexual encounters with each other because that was a way of them cleansing themselves. Nigga, this is nasty. Nasty. They all had some freaky family sex go on. They was taught that one of the daughters survived because she wasn't there that, I don't think, she wasn't there that day. But somebody she was with overheard what she was saying or what the father was talking about. They was like, that's weird. And so they looked into it and seen what this dude was into. He said there's going to be a time of reckoning, a time of awakening or whatever. And he said when the time comes, y'all need to be ready and be prepared. So one day the son went crazy and he just woke up and took the hanger and he just like beat his mom over the head with it. So the father said, the awakening, this is the awakening. He went and started playing the organ full blast while his son is in here slaughtering his wife. He said, nigga, this is how you know you crazy. This is some white people stuff right here. It's how you know you crazy. They said his wife and his daughters prepared for that moment. She willingly laid down, put her hands behind her back, and let him bash her head in with a metal hanger, dude. And then when it was their turn, he also bashed the sister's head in with a metal hanger. And they laid there and took it because they was told that's God's will. This is why I say don't listen to people when they say God's will. This is why I say that. You see what you do now? You lay there and get your head bashed. You see what I'm saying? Stuff ain't no sense. Hold on. Here you go, 31. All right. All right, appreciate it, man. Hold on. Grab this real quick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab this.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Should we carry all this? But yeah, that's why I said, see, you don't do stuff like that. somebody bash your head in with a metal hanger, dude, because they was told it's God's will. And that's what happens when you listen to people on God's will, like they know. And then you see why I say I don't listen to people, because I don't want my head bashed in, my skull bashed in by somebody's metal bat. Like, that's why. You don't know what God wants. They said the father got happy, the son and the father would take turns bashing their head. One, the father would get on the piano, then the son would get on the piano, start playing a loud tune while the father's bashing them. What type of nigga you gotta be? He said they over at bashing and praising God. I'm like, what type of crazy nigga? This is the 70s. I said, what in the world of white people fitting all is going on here? This don't make no sense. And then they arrested it, bro. They showed the pictures of these niggas. The son literally had these wide eyes, bro. He looked crazy, because he is crazy. Both pictures, they took of this dude in court. I'm like, bro, this nigga look devil possessed. You know the best part about this story? Tell me why these two niggas escaped and they say they was never found again. Yo, these niggas are still out here. These niggas are still out here on the loose. I said, no. I said, no. How are you escaping and you was never found again? That does not make no sense, dude. Either the government came and took them and killed them and covered it up, or either these niggas is still out here somewhere, because that was back in like the 70s. It was over like, I think, what was it, like Sweden or Norway or somewhere over there. They said they escaped and was never seen of again. I said, no, y'all need to go see them again. Like, we need to find them. They gonna do the same scenario again if you don't go get them. That is crazy. I said, why was this never documented? Like, why was this never talked about? This is crazy. And this is probably why people think that Christians are crazy. This is probably why they think so, because look at these niggas that start these cults in Christianity. And then they think all Christians are sitting here murdering people. Like, we don't do that. Man, that's nuts. Say what you will. I don't hear no black people doing this. This is crazy. And that's why I say stop listening to people, man, when it comes to this whole godliness stuff. They don't know godliness, dude. You don't need no deacon to tell you the word, man. That's why you got the pastor. The pastor tell you the word. I don't listen to no usher or no deacon or no loser in church. I don't listen to you. You don't know enough. That's why you ain't got no title. Imagine if I was that same way and some idiot keep coming over here. Hey, God's gonna do something to you. I'll be sitting here trembling tonight, tossing and turning thing. God's gonna smite me while I'm asleep. I smite me while I'm driving. I smite me while I'm on a plane. I smite me somewhere I'm at. God don't do that stuff. I just be sitting back. I troll niggas. I'll just be sitting back. Okay, well, all right. Well, let's see what God does. I said, God, you do what you want to do, and God don't do what they said He gonna do. That is so dumb. People listen to that. That's why I say y'all can't be this stupid. People can't be this stupid. I refuse to believe that you this stupid. That's like smoke and mirrors. Nigga fell for the oldest trick in the book. The oldest trick in the book. That's why God had to tell these fools, judge the fruit by the spirit, because the fruit by the spirit is not gonna tell you to touch your freaking kid, dude. They gonna tell you to join a sex coach, you idiot. That shows you just dumb. Say what you want to. There must be some real witchcraft power, because any nigga that can convince some nigga to do that to his family, you must be really strong and good at what you do. Because I don't know no real nigga that would do that. That would make somebody do something like that. That's just something called boundaries and morals. And that shows people running. Anybody got tickling ears, man, they'll go to anybody that tell them something they like. I don't care if it was my deepest, realest pastor. Man, that's why Daddy always preached that. He always preached that. He said, as good as I preach, he said, the day I come in here and say I messed around on my wife, he said, that day leave the church. He said, the day I come in here and say I'm divorcing my wife, he said, that day you get up and you leave the church. Don't just take my word for it. He said, judge the fruit by the spirit. And if I'm preaching to you about loving your wife and I can't love mine, he said, then you get out of my church. Don't ever come back here. I told you he didn't do the stuff for views. He didn't do the stuff for money. Daddy was real, on and off the stage. And he was like, if I can't get in here and do right and I mess around on my wife, I'm not going to tell you to stay here. He said, I'm going to tell you now to leave because I'm wrong. I'm in error. He said, judge the fruit by the Spirit. Or judge the Spirit by the fruit. Like, don't just think because I give a good word and whatever. He said, no, go discern my word or what I said. What you trying to tell these dumb idiots that watch Darby out there? It's like, dude, he still told you to discern and read your own word, dude. Ain't nobody who's gonna give you a magic word on demand. Negro, get over and open up your Bible and read it. You always want somebody to do the easy work, man. That's how you get bamboozled, and that's why you believe the flat earth, because some idiot came to you talking about the flat earth theory. Niggas will listen to anything, dude. I've never seen dumber people in my life, man. Listen to anything. That's why Negroes listen to people who don't even know us. Ain't never met us, came to a conference, shook our hand one time, and somebody do a video on us, and people are literally listening to what they said like they know. That's why I said, you dumb if you listen to them too. You dumb if you watch the video too. All of yous. Everybody. I had to tell people they was coming around. I seen it. Well, then why are you over here? I don't want you over here. Get off. You ain't supposed to be here. That just shows you listen to anything you told. And then what they gonna do when they listen to the video and then they see something that I do, they gonna like, well, yeah, it is kind of like what that person says. See, maybe they got a point. Where the nigga go? Negroes listen to anything, man. No discernment, no truth, no nothing. Just, ugh. That's why they like gossip all the time, man. That's why that slander on men of God is so big. People listen to whatever, which and whatever. Stuff is crazy. I just can't believe people do this slow. I didn't think they'd be this slow, man. And I thought everybody kind of had a little common sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, surely people like this dumb, right? Surely. Yeah, they are. I said, daggone it, I can get on here and say anything. I can literally get on here and say anything. That's why I told you I'd be milking Negroes for money if I cared about money. If I cared about this channel and cared about the Darby name like that, I would be milking all y'all for some money. I got all his original messages right there in the house. I would be selling that to y'all, going for the highest bidder. I would get on here talking about the word of the day. Sow a seed for a word, and the nigga would get on here and still sow a seed. That show you how dumb you is. Somebody came on my page scamming, and niggas still fell for it. Idiots. I said it was the easiest thing to scam somebody for. I'm like, anybody could look at this and be like, bro, this is lame. You can't fall for this, but a Negro trying to be deep fell for it. Oh, well, that's Darby, so Darby wouldn't lie. Yeah, it ain't Darby, dummy. See, it ain't Darby. It wasn't me. It was somebody else. I said, that's what you get for trying to be deep. That's what you get. That's what you ain't supposed to be over here in the first place. So that's what you get in the first place. I said, I ain't got your money, homie, so you better go report it. No, I ain't got it. You ain't getting it from me. I definitely ain't giving it back to you because I don't got it, so. That's what you get for being an idiot. Hold on. Yeah, you ain't lying. That is so dumb. I'm like, I can't believe people fall for the oldest trick in the book, man. And this is what's wrong with our community, man. That's what's wrong with our black community. We can't never think for ourselves. We can't do nothing with our mama, our auntie, or a leader, or Martin Luther King Jr. Like, why do we need like 15 MLKs? Why can't you be the MLK? I said, every time we get a leader, man, they just try to put us down with that nigga, you be the leader. We don't need a black Messiah figure all the time. It's like, dude, we already got the Messiah. You be the leader and be the change, man. I don't want another MLK. You be that. We the only people demographic that got to do this stuff, man. I said, now we start to kind of see white people do it when it comes to Trump. They kind of do that. But I said, but they've always kind of known they're their own man. They're their own person, man. They don't need everybody to speak for them. We the only ones that need somebody to always represent us. Represent yourself, man. It cannot be that hard, man. Like, dude. Every nigga need a Luke Cage, man. We need a new person to represent us. Like, no, you don't. That's why you have the spirit of discernment, dude. Keep telling people, man, think for yourself, dude. People get scammed every day. They get bamboozled every day, man, because they listen to everybody but their own self. That's why you got people in career fields they don't even want to be in. Do you know why I was in the career field of trying to be a firefighter? Because I listened to somebody else who told me I should be a firefighter when that ain't even my calling, dude. That's not even my calling. People told me I should be a police officer. My job and my calling is not to be a police officer. And I said, that's what I get for listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, or people that don't know what my field is. Get me out here doing stuff I ain't supposed to be doing because I couldn't just think for myself. I couldn't just say no. I was like, well, maybe they got a point. They pay good money. They pay good money on something I don't even want to do. Defeats the whole purpose of doing it. And that's why it didn't work. That's why when I tried out for it, they can only take 12 people out of 200 people, and I was not one of them 12 people. It didn't work because that wasn't my calling and my destiny. I can go try to preach tomorrow. It wouldn't work because it ain't my calling and my destiny. I keep trying to tell these idiots that. And I said, I stopped listening to people because I said, every time I listen to people, I realize that I'm not doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. I'm telling you, people fold all the time. This is weird. Tired of folks, man. All they do is cry, complain. Oh, shoot. That's gross. This is why I keep saying people just think you just being rebellious and you being nasty. It's like, no, I'm telling people stop listening to people, dude, because you get in trouble by doing that. Everybody swear they think they know what's best for you. Like, they don't even know what's best for them. Again, judge the fruit by the spirit. If they life is good, then maybe they know what they talking about. They tell you. If it ain't, then it's like, why am I going to listen to you, cuz? Negroes got that bad, man. Something always wrong with you when you don't listen to them. Now you of the devil, and now you ain't heeding God's word. It's like, you don't speak for God, dummy. They try to pull it on me like, boy, you can't pull that trick on me. I ain't stupid. And even if I chose even if God did tell you and I chose to say no, that's my choice to say no. It's not for you to keep forcing to do it. I see that old little dumb boy that was in there talking about I can't sell to people. If I was the idiot, I would have been like, hey, maybe he's right, man. I can't sell to people. It's not godly. So what does this nigga know about God? Boy, he keeps sending money to get my daggone attention, man. He's a fanboy. He just wants attention from me, man. He think he's deep, he's spiritual, he's called. And you see how fast I blew his word off? And then when you blow their word off, now they mad because you ain't gonna listen to him. And then I showed you he had to go make a second profile to come back to just do some more witchcraft that didn't work in the first place. If it was God ain't gonna tell you to be like, hey man, make another profile and go get them. He ain't gonna do that. What's up? Listen to people on what God gonna do, man, please. I ain't moved to West End of Louisville yet. I ain't listening to you, dude. Please. You ain't listening to niggas talking about God, they be in sex codes. You got a headache from. It's probably that cabbage you had last night. Oh my gosh, bro. I just can't believe people fall for this stuff, man. I thought this was just like child's play. So maybe people just don't know. I'm like, no, I think people know. They just desperate. Like people really be desperate. That looks good. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Ouch. Hello. Woo. Y'all look at this. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Boy, I tell you can't go wrong with some biscuits and gravy, boy. There's more word and revelation in this biscuits and gravy than Negroes got in their whole body, I guarantee you. See, that cabbage was phenomenal. Hold on. I'm a biscuits and gravy original, man. This is good. One more time, look at that. Oh, that's so good. Bring me so much peace, y'all. Have so much peace, man, eating. the one time a day that makes me happy. Get all what I'm mad at, boy. I love how I sit here and eat and talk, and y'all just sit here and listen and watch me. Yep. Oh, it's super tasty. It's so good, man. Like, I'm a big fan of breakfast food, so if you can cook breakfast food, like, man, I love you. Real talk, man. I love you. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. That's why I like to eat by myself. Like, I don't like people bothering me or distracting me because they take away from me and my food. You know what I'm saying? Mm, mm. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Mm. Oh man, I sound like that one dude that used to be on the Food Network or the Travel Channel. What's his name? Not Anthony Bourdain. It was the other one, man. The How Bizarre guy, the Andrew something. I can't remember his name. Every time he's like, oh my god, this is so great. You ain't going to sleep. Oh. But yeah, that's why I said like, I'm gonna keep implementing this every live I do, man. Think for yourself. Even if I come and tell y'all something, it's like, bro, you still gotta think for yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't have all the answers. I don't want all the answers, man. I'm like, I just want to be me. But if people ask me something, I'm gonna give you my version of it. But just because I give you my version of it doesn't always mean that it's right or it's the best. It might be right for me, it might not be right for you. I don't get mad because people don't listen to my advice, man. I'm not a life coach, so. Mm. Now people get mad because you don't listen to them. It's like, I don't have to take your advice. I can choose not to take your advice. What's wrong with that? Don't make me listen to you. See, bro, I'm just trying to warn you. Out of all the people and human beings in the world, God bestowed on you to warn me. Boy, shut up. Not my local pastor, or my father, or my mother, or nobody, just you. See it, old little dumb idiot that came here talking about the prophecy of San Antonio. The prophecy ain't happened yet. San Antonio has been cooler than it's been right now, so. Mm, 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 mm. Y'all don't understand, boy. I love me some this and gravy. Yeah. That's why I said judge the fruit by the spirit, man. Have the mind of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard, man. I just think, again, people are scared to try. So when you scared to try, it's easier to have somebody try for you. Everybody would love a small loan of $1 million from Jeff Bezos, but nobody would want to go work hard for their own $1 million. Like, if he could tell you how to work hard for the $1 million, or he could just hand you the $1 million, everybody's gonna choose hand me the $1 million. And then when that $1 million is gone, you don't know how to make another $1 million. See, if Bezos can teach me how to make $1 million, I can turn that million to $10 million. I can invest my million into another million. At least I know how to make the million. Just in case the million's gone, I can make the million back. But if it's given to me, then it's like, well, you better hope it lasts, or you better hope you do something right with it to multiply. Because I said, if it's gone, then it's gone. You don't know how to make a million back. You feel me? Mm. People are just scared to try. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they want to go off a pastor and go off a world leader, go off politics, a spokesperson for the black community, Stuff that I never thought was a good idea, anyways. I'm like, we don't need no spokesperson for no black community. Man, we don't nobody speak for us. We not stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of stuff we didn't know, man, was possible for us. We thought a lot of stuff was for white people because we was scared to try. We was told otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I do believe there's a lot of truth to stuff, but I said, but there's also a lot of handicapping with that. So when you say, "Oh, it's hard because of racism," it's like, yeah, that is hard. It is true. It is hard because a lot of the racism and stuff, system wise. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But when you tell people, a lot of that does, it's just like all that's like, well, it's already hard, so I might as well go sell some dope. Well, I tried, man. You feel me? Like, I mean, they against us anyways. All you doing is handicapping them to give them an excuse. White people ain't gonna like us anyways. I'm like, well, it ain't about what white people like. It's about what you like, right? You don't do it for white people. You do it for you. Oh yeah, my food is busting. Don't worry about that. My food is buzzing. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Oh, those biscuits are so buttery, man. They are perfect. Uh, mm, mm-hmm. And it's true. When you have the Holy Spirit, man, you're able to discern a lot better. But also, people understand, like, the Holy Spirit is a guide. He's not an enforcer. He ain't gonna force you to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want somebody to control them and always like, oh no, do it for me. It's like, nah. He gonna tell you, hey, don't do that. Don't say that. You feel me? Like, but if you choose to do it, it's like that's on you. He's not gonna make you not do it. You know? Come on, hit the hay. You good? I'm about to hit the hay myself. Well, said my fine man. Well, I'm a fine chocolate specimen. Like, mm, mm. You can eat at whatever time, man. I be eating dinner sometimes at like 3 a.m. There ain't no such thing as a time to eat. At least for me, I don't know. Maybe y'all different, but I eat whenever. Uh-oh. Yeah, once this is done, I'm about to go off here and go to sleep too, y'all. So this food is just so good. Oh my gosh, man, this is so good. Just look at it, it's just so I forget y'all heard. I can cut the stream now. Love my sausages and my biscuits and gravy. Mm, mm, mm. Man, it's so good. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Mm. I should have got 2 orders of sausages or biscuits and gravy. Oh, that's so good. Mm. Must be sitting here watching me eat, man. I need to start a podcast, man. Maybe that's what I'll start doing. Maybe I'll look to start a podcast channel. Maybe that's what I'll do. But I don't know, man. I'm trying not to do too much, but you gotta step out of your element and do a little more. Cause I don't want to do no more vlogs. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna do a podcast. Mm. Ow. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll probably work on that. That would be pretty cool, huh? I hear this song called The Best. Have you heard it? On Rod Wave, hold on. I'm not mistaken. Nah, Rod Wave is from Florida. But I think he goes to Kentucky often. He can't even have nothing in Kentucky, man. I remember when he came to Louisville. He came to Louisville like 2 years ago. Now Rod Wave don't even make no type of gangster music or no drill music or nothing. They out there fighting, cuz at a Rod Wave concert, dude, fighting. I was like, Rod Wave don't even make no violence. He makes music about like pain and you know what I'm saying. Sometimes love. It's like, why are you fighting a Rod Wave? Cuz this is Rod Wave. People in Louisville fight over anything, dude. They was fighting that Morgan Wallen came in town. They was fighting there. It's like they just fight over anything, dude. I'm talking about all these girls is out there fighting. The dudes fighting the girls. Girls fighting the dudes. One girl's getting her hair dragged. I mean, these girls. They ain't just like grabbing her and slapping. They throwing licks. They just throwing licks. Somebody's like, oh my god, oh my god. I think one of the dudes kicked the girl. Like they was just out there fighting, bro. I said, we can't have nothing in this city, man. It's always constant fights, bro. He's trying to make, always, what's the point of life if you can't enjoy it? You can't even have it or something. Heart been broke so many times. Like he said, I don't know what he said, I don't know what to believe. I can't remember the name of the song. I said, dang, he can't even enjoy Raw Wave, man. Dang. All Raw Wave want to do is just make some love music, pain music, you feel me? Like, they out there fighting. I'm like, see, we can't even have that, bro. Do you know who Leon Thomas is? That name sounds familiar. No, I don't think I do. That song. Yeah, his music is more positive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he rap about like the struggle and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if Young Boy came here, I could see them fighting. But I said, not Rod Wave, man. He's cool. It show you it don't take a lot to set a little nigga off, man. They fight over anything, bro. They fight. We got a Derby casino down there. They fighting at the casino outside. I'm like, what are y'all fighting here for? Like, it's brand new, and they already out there fighting. I said, y'all just can't have nothing in this city, bro. Like, crazy. Is that out right now? I don't know. I didn't. Maybe it is. I know "Burning Blue" by Mariah the Scientist. I know. I make them type of beats. I was like, hey, you want a beat? I got you, girl. Come get a beat from me. Uh, Either that or you get what's that song? That Giveon, that song by Giveon, I can tell. Man, I love that song, bro. Cause it's authentic, real beats, man. Authentic, real music, man. I can tell. He's I can tell. Like that's like real classy sound, man. I like that, bro. That's fresh, man. That's why I said we gotta bring music back to what it used to be, man. Cause this new stuff sucks. Mm. Well, y'all, biscuits and gravy did it for me. I'm sleepy. Mm. I go to sleep right here, bro. And whatever songs y'all talking about, I would like Siri play them songs on repeat. Go to sleep out here. Oh. Mm. Good food always puts me to sleep, man. Mm. I'm so tired, bro. Yes, it's time to go night night, y'all. I didn't even notice it was already 1:03. I gotta get up a little earlier today, so. Oh, I'll restart this just ambient stream, or not ambient, but the R&B stream. Put up a couple of streams before I head out of town. Birthday Saturday, man. I'll be 31, so just enjoy my time with the peeps. You feel me? But yeah, thank y'all for wishing me a happy birthday, man. And thank y'all when y'all do wish me a happy birthday again, because I know y'all will. Um, Thank y'all for all of that, man. I love y'all. Um, Till then, man, we're gonna be off of here because I'm sleepy now. I don't got nothing to say. I'm like literally falling asleep. I got the itis. So until then, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all. We'll be on the next live stream. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay safe, man, and safe travels, man. Bring me my birthday cake. Buy me cake and give me money. Bring money. Other than that, I love y'all, man. I'm out of here. Peace.